Ola has taught us quite a lot if you've been here. Managing your expectation, emotional intelligence, how to control our emotions. Back in the day, if I'm doing this show, the way I will come for that freeze.
Man of prestige. Ha! Now this guy win. Now you win. Now you win today. Now you win. I agree. Man of prestige. Now man you be.
I'm sure some people will be jealous now the way I talk about Ola. But I have learned a lot from him. That's why I keep telling you to follow him. If you don't follow Man of Prestige, now you know.
Yeah, we find her, the beautiful girl we've been missing. We wanna have her kissing. We find her, now we in love. So go so the remix.
DMB, Tux Bites, remix.
Now if I had to lose you like a bad phone connection, I'd change my game to get a better reception. Sit back, let's start this interaction. Don't fight the feelings, just a chain reaction. Your heart won't give you the wrong instructions. Like my GPS, yes I got the right direction. We gotta merge together like a road intersection. Last stop is gonna be my love and affection. I ain't like the mother dudes, they wanna call you shorty, but I'ma call you a beautiful girl. I took your picture home, my mama saw it, she's a very, very beautiful girl. I wanna put you in my video, cause you're so beautiful. You're a beautiful girl. So when you hear us in your radio, turn up your stereo. It's beautiful girl.
Gotta find a shorty, what's worth of a lady. It's nice but maybe doesn't look like 40. It's taking a little time. I wasn't seeing no signs, any traces of my baby. Who's gonna be my baby? But I thought I'm gonna take my time. Within it took a long fine eye. I saw a shorty passing by. She's got this very pretty smile. He was right at the bus station. I tried to make a conversation, holding her arms, feeling so tough. I felt the sensation. It's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Now I realize I found me a beautiful girl. She's a model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it by. Beautiful girl. Sparkling eyes, a killing eye. I found me a beautiful girl.
My wish came true when I saw you, girl. God must have blessed me with your beauty, girl. Looking so right from your head to your toe. Shaped like a Coke bottle with a smile of a queen. My queen to be, you my destiny. Got a body of a goddess with your beauty. I'm impressed and I'm never in distress. Come on over and be mine. Been searching for a man and now all the cats keep looking to mine. With a sexy walk and a sexy talk. She must be from a planet called the sexy world. I know I ain't tripping, better yet I'm thinking put a ring on the finger. We look good together. Take your place in my heart. With your beauty I'ma say that I'll never turn away. Who would think I'm in love?
So the way she smiles at me just really makes me weak. The way she speaks to me just really make me go so weak. Keep staring in her eyebrows. All I kept on saying is wow. Your beauty shines and breeze at night. All I really want in my life. Oh yeah. It's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Fine brown eyes. I found me a beautiful girl. She's my model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it. Beautiful girl. Sparkling eyes, killing thigh. I found me a beautiful girl. Yeah, beautiful girl. What beautiful girl, yeah. Beautiful girl.
Damn. Money. You seen her? Hot Ice. Have you seen her? LP. Have you seen her? I'ma go over to Tux Bites. I know you've probably seen her. He has a lot of beautiful girls with him. Tux, it's DMB, baby. Look. Beautiful. I look for a while, but I can't seem to find a beautiful girl so I can make her mine. Time after time I've been searching for a while, but every girl I meet never seems worthwhile. What can I do? I pray to God for an answer. I feel pains in my heart like cancer, and when I find her, I'm gonna romance her. Lace several presents and gifts, call me Santa. Claus, I make a heartbeat pause. That's my girl of my dreams, she's more than I ever thought. Show me ass and culture, I think I'm getting punked. She's what I really want, so I'm a go-getter. Since I'm a go-getter, you know I'm gon' get her. And I will give her the world, anything from my beautiful girl.
Psych. Ooh, it's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Fine brown eyes. I found me a beautiful girl. She's my model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it. Beautiful girl. Sparkling eyes, killing time. I found a beautiful girl.
Girl, it's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
Ola has taught us quite a lot if you've been here. Managing your expectation, emotional intelligence, how to control our emotions. Back in the day, if I'm doing this show, the way I will come for that freeze.
Man of prestige. Ha! Now this guy win. Now you win. Now you win today. Now you win. I agree. Man of prestige. Now man you be.
I'm sure some people will be jealous now the way I talk about Ola. But I have learned a lot from him. That's why I keep telling you to follow him. If you don't follow Man of Prestige, now you know.
Ladies and gentlemen of Prestige, welcome back. Today is Lola and Lola show, so
hello.
What's going on, everyone? Can you guys hear us loud and clear? Just make sure. Oh, how's everybody doing? Let's just make sure that you guys can hear us. Oh, you know what? That audio doesn't sound right. Let me just make sure. No, it should be fine. I think it's fine. Can you guys hear us? I feel like, is the feed working right? Alright, so that works right. I don't see any of the comments here. Let me see. What's going on? More fresh. Natu, area. How far? Kilon
Area.
What's going on? Can you guys hear us? Please put a 1 in the chat if you can hear us before we start the show. How's everybody doing? I'm a little clumsy today.
That's said we are good. So yes, you
she said we're good. Okay, all right, good. Shout out to you. I appreciate you. Yes, you're good. How come I'm not seeing Natu's comment over there? That's weird. Thank you, Natu.
Thank you so
Kemi,
much.
what's going on? She said happy anniversary, guys. Thank you. I appreciate you. Yeah. Let's talk today, as usual. Yes, you can. Thank you. Hi, Lola. Yes, we can hear you loud and clear. I'm wondering why I can't see Natu on this screen here. This is weird. Just to make sure that I can see everybody if they do say something. But I can see her on the screen now, but just want to make sure that all is well.
Fresh.
All right, hit that like button as you're coming in. Hit that like button. We're still on Man of Prestige, but today is, we do this once a month with the wife. She's going to teach us. That's weird.
I need my money. Teach you, okay?
I don't know. Maybe Nato has been blocking people on the internet.
Teach me what?
You're going to be teaching us now.
Teach you what? I'm here to learn too.
Let's do some house rules really quickly. Hit that like button, share, subscribe. Please ping everyone else into the room. Don't sleep on me. Do me a favor. You might want to do this, by the way. You might want to unsubscribe, subscribe, turn on all your notifications, and then check in 5 o'clock every day. Make sure you're watching the shows, because if you don't do that, the algorithms will basically do its own thing, which is not always accurate. So if you want to make sure you keep getting the shows, Make sure your notifications are on the subscriber thingy. I will not be making too much noise about the WhatsApp group anymore. You asked me if you want it. And by the way, it's scrolling on the screen, so that should be fine. But yes, welcome back. Welcome. This is Man of Prestige. Today we're borrowing the platform for Lola and Ola. We're taping, we're celebrating, right? And then, we're doing quite a few things today. If you haven't downloaded the book yet, make sure you download the book at loveandprestige.com. All right. Now, like I said, we talk about relationships, particularly from a social, seduction, attraction, power, self, emotional intelligence standpoint. That's where we come from. Power. Okay. That's what we do here. But yes, 16 years with this woman. 16 years. I'm a blessed guy. That's why. It's okay. Yeah.
I'm blessed too.
How not Dido? How's everybody doing? Good? Everybody all right? My village people have been taking over my screen. They are, right? Hey, D-Love. Good to see you, D-Love. Hello. Welcome. All right. So we're going to have a candid conversation today. Do you guys like the new frame? It's nice.
What new frame?
Oh, you can see. Look. Lola.
Oh.
Yeah, you can see it over the camera. Yeah. But yes, it's been 16 years. And if you're wondering what the 5 stands for, do you know what the 5 stands for?
Nope. You tell me.
Oh, wow. You didn't even know what the 5 years stand for? August 2018. August 2018. July, August. I should call it July, August.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
No, it makes sense.
Yeah. So for those people, what does it stand for? For us, what it stands for is it's the last time we had to do a complete overhaul and rebuild a brand new foundation altogether. Right? So you might find that you have to do that a few times during the course of your marriage career. Right? I was saying at least you might have to do it up to 2 times when Shola came around, right? Shola is my younger brother.
Shola has to come in.
I know. And he said, not just 2 times. Right? But really what it means is that you're able to break things all the way down to the roots if there are issues, as opposed to looking at just things from the surface and say, oh, you cheated, so it's over. Oh, we run out of money, it's over. All this surface stuff that everyone keeps talking about. But being able to break things all the way down to the roots, you might just find that you have another chance to rebuild a new foundation.
Right.
And if you're not able to break things down to the roots, it makes sense to me that the Indomie generation will continue to want to run away from themselves, their own shadow.
Which one is the Indomie generation?
She didn't get it. If you don't get it, waste if you don't get it. Did I do it yet?
Forget about it.
I didn't put it together yet. Oh my God. Oh my God. What? Oh Lord, I didn't put it together yet. I have to put that together. If you don't get it, forget about it. So yes, so that's what the 5 years stands for. So it just happens to be around about the same time, July, August. We got married August 25, 2007. We have to still count that because there's no one without the other, essentially. But what have you in your this past 16 years, if you had to put it into a few words, what would you say?
Eventful.
Eventful. I don't know if I just collected stray bullet or not, but
eventful.
Was that stray bullet for me?
It's not stray bullets. It's been very, very interesting.
Oh, you didn't know what Indomie generation was? You did, right?
I really didn't know.
Oh.
Tell me. Oh, that's my favorite generation. No, I beg.
But it's not just Gen Z. I have to hide the millennials. The millennials are Indomie generation too.
They're still struggling out here in the streets.
Gen Y and Z, Indomie generation. Yeah. So
eventful.
Eventful.
Really. Yeah. It's been
Elaborate.
packed. It's been packed with a lot of,
Hila Hilo.
Aye.
There was a movie back then called Hila Hilo.
Yeah, I mean, marriage is not a bed of roses, right?
Right.
Some of us come into this
That
marriage,
triggers me when I hear that.
Well, when I really came into marriage, I thought it was fairy tale. You know, I believed everything.
That's
I
why.
see
That's
in
why. She thought it was fairy tales.
Everything I saw in that book, all those nice novels, Mills and Boons, you know, I believed it, word for word. And I'm also a Pisces, if that helps. I'm a dreamer, so.
So you were the one that thought it was fairy tales.
Of course.
It's
I thought the world was a fairy tale, to be honest, because I was so sheltered as a child. And then I came in and then found out that this world is evil. Jesus. Lord help us.
thinking the world was a fairy tale.
Yes,
Who does
absolutely.
that?
I thought the world was a
Women.
fairy tale. I thought that the world is so, you know, full of rainbow. It's beautiful, la la la.
Rainbow be
And
tibawo.
then
You didn't want
in August 2001, and then September 11 happened, and I was like, what? People are crazy, oh.
Then you found out that pressure too.
Everything I do, I will. Pressure to what?
It's pressure everywhere. Pressure.
Yeah. So for me, I've learned a lot in this marriage. Okay. I've learned that, you know, you have to live in the moment. Because most of the time, you know, if you're in your feelings, if you carry that to the next day, it never ends and it becomes awkward.
I would argue that you've always lived in your moment.
You think so?
What? What? Was that a question? You live in moment. That's
Wow.
I think it's your personality.
It's my personality.
And I think I consider myself very lucky for that, because I can't imagine being with
so sweet.
somebody who is always obsessed with the future or the past. Or I think it would be a lot more harder for me.
Yeah.
It would be just another cross I have to carry. But that's not always. You know, there's upside for one, there's downside in both ways.
For it.
You know.
So,
but I think your personality is more so in the present. But when you're in crisis, it's not exactly like that.
yes.
Yeah, you become a real.
Like,
when you when you end up in wahala, it's like.
and who's the opponent that is bringing that out of me, right? Everyone that knows me in this world will say, "Oh, Lola,
did you hear what she just said? Who is the opponent that's bringing that out of me? Did you notice that? Did you notice that part?
I'm just saying, pay attention, eh? Everybody that knows me, they'll be like, Lola is so sweet. But I always tell people, why should I have to fight you if I'm not sleeping with you? The only person who gets to get a rise out of me is you.
Right, but that's a blessing.
It is a blessing because you see all parts of me.
Right.
No one else can see the
and I know what you mean,
Lola.
because you're the same one for me too.
Right.
And when it's happening, that's not always pleasant. I still think it's a blessing.
Yes.
Because that's where growth lies,
But
right?
only me, no waiting, you know, waiting I did carry. Now only me know.
That's a fact.
Now only me know what they deal with. Now only you know what they deal
Only
with.
you.
Okay, no one can know. Daddy can know, mommy can know, siblings can know.
Right.
You know,
How did you
friends
learn that?
can
Did you
know.
try to make them know at one point?
Well, me, I always believe that you can't tell people your business. You know, I've always been about that.
Right.
Because
Which is why this is one of the main reasons why I say I'm lucky in that respect. Because there's some people, the first thing they run to is their family members and,
Yeah, I
and
don't believe that
friends and
helps.
people that will soothe their whatever
Their
they're going
feelings,
through.
yeah.
And it becomes additional energy that we have to manage.
Right.
Yeah.
So I believe that, you know, but even at that, you get to a point that if you don't have a support system, you know, if you don't have something you're pouring that into, then you get to that point where you're at the wall. And I
Right.
feel like
So
when
it's
I
a
was at
balance
that
too.
wall, I was like,
You have
what
to say
the-
something.
Like, I gotta, you know, I
Right,
gotta
because
get out of
Arthur
this.
wasn't listening to you.
Yeah, so
Yeah, definitely wasn't listening to you, and it wasn't working in that way.
I was backed up. I said, let me tell my mommy and my daddy what I've been going through.
Yep.
And for the first time in my life, like in 10 years, And my mom looked at me like I'm crazy. Like, what? You didn't say anything?
And you've been going through this.
Yeah.
Kill my shit for mommy.
It's like, Lola, you know a Gio. Like, you know when they say you're inside, like when, how do you explain that? Yoruba people say,
you know a gene. You know fufu.
Your stomach is deep. Like you have a place
like you
where
have,
you
how would you say
hide.
that in English, right?
I don't know how to explain it.
Like you have, somebody will help us in the chat, I'm sure.
I'm sure someone will help us.
Yeah,
I don't know, but you know.
Yeah.
I don't carry all I can say is I don't carry my problem on my shoulders.
Right.
So if I
hit that like button, please. Kemi, I'll come back to your question in a minute.
Right.
Hit that like button. Thank you.
I don't know. It's my personality. I can live here right now and have an argument with you right now and get out there and I'm smiling with my neighbor. Hey, what's up? How you doing? And I'm going to work and I'm facing my work squarely.
Right.
I've always been that type of person, being able to manage my emotions in that way.
Yeah.
But then when it comes to you, because you're the one that see all of me, I can be frustrated at times when, things are not being understood in that real time. So, yeah.
It takes you a while because you store things in.
It does take me a while.
You do hold in a lot of resentment because of that very same reason. You did. Let me say you
I did. And to be honest with you, I don't go around just holding resentment.
because of the same reason I said earlier.
Right.
You're not thinking about tomorrow. You're not obsessed about tomorrow. You're not obsessed about the past. Something that I recommend a lot for people because not everybody find it easy to do that. Right. A lot of people today is consumed so much by either the past or the future, and they worry so much, and they can't. They have a hard time with the present.
Yeah, I used to say
with enjoying the present.
If I didn't have kids, I'll be the most nonchalant person in this world, and I don't think that's a great thing. Yeah. But somehow my kids have been able to bring that out of me. Yeah. Like the only reason I worry right now is that I have anxiety right now is because of my kids, like making sure they're good in this world, that they don't need me, that they can be self-sustainable. Right. That's the only thing. Everything else I just, let go, let God.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I believe that in this world you can't control everything. You have to learn how to just let go.
Right. All right. So it makes sense to me now what was going on. We are live both on Lola and Lola and Men of Prestige. Kemi is watching us on Lola and Lola. Oh. So she was the only one I was seeing, and we're also live. I could see Now to Now and D-Love here now. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's why. Sorry about that. That was, my oversight. But yes, good points, babe. Good points. This was some good points you just dropped right there. But let's go to Kemi. I do see your comments, so feel free. But hit that like button. I noticed that you didn't hit the like button. If you're coming in for the first time, please do me a favor, hit that like button. Okay. So Kemi asked this question. Let's answer because we have about 5 separate questions that Lola is going to be answering for us today.
Pressure.
Okay.
I'm trying my best.
Everything I do, I will. Pressure to what?
Okay, he said, guys, I have a question for you. How do you manage C-finish in a marriage?
C-finish is real.
Yeah, how do you manage it?
C-finish is real.
First, let's explain. Let's break down. What's C-finish, first of all?
When you start to take your spouse for granted, you don't show up
like you used to
at your best, like you used to. Like, it's just a lie, it'll be fine.
Right. And
sometimes that fall into, you're being complacent. And you don't know who's resenting who at that point,
Right.
I don't know. C-finish is something that it's almost impossible to happen.
It's almost impossible to avoid it, you mean?
To avoid.
Okay.
Right. It will happen all the time.
Yeah, it's
Thank
a given.
you for rescuing me there.
Right.
Yeah. It will happen in every marriage. But I feel like, how do we manage that? I would say first, because we have that friendship. We kind of...
Hopefully.
He said hopefully.
Abby?
We have that tight friendship where we can't do without each other. We if I need something, he's my go-to guy. If he wants to talk about anything, I'm the first person that knows.
Right.
So that's the finish. Sometimes we joke around it a lot. Like,
Yeah.
Today in the car when we're talking, I don't know what you said. I think about the smacking of gum, and I eventually said, bye. You know, we do that, but we don't smack each other, but we feel free
we
to
joke around
play
too.
like that.
Yeah,
like,
we joke around quite a bit.
And Ola will just laugh and oh my baby. Like, and then we just. So what I'm trying to say is that we laugh at ourselves,
Right.
and we try as much as possible to go out.
Yep.
We, go catch. If I'm stressed out, if he catches that I'm stressing, he'll be like, "Babe, let's go get something to eat. Let's go get a drink." Even in that moment, maybe I don't even feel like it, but when I go,
Right.
I feel better afterwards.
Right.
So we're consistently doing things together.
Right.
And I remember my pastor telling us something. He said, you guys always have to kind of have a project you work with.
Right.
You work on together.
Together.
Because it keeps you closer. It's when you don't have anything going on and everybody go their separate ways. You have your own friends. I have my own friends.
Right.
Before you know it, how many hours do we have in a day? 24. You go to work, you come back, the kids are taking my time. These are things that we have to be intentional about.
Yep.
We have to make time for each other. Sometimes I'm very lazy, like me. I call myself a lazy lover. I tell my husband all the time, I'm lazy. But once I get into it,
Right.
I also enjoy myself. But to get me there, so I have to be intentional. Even if it takes scheduling, I have to say, you know what? You got to make time for Ola today. You got to, I have to tell myself that, because if I don't do that, I get carried away with so many things.
Yep.
So, I don't know. Does that answer the question, Kemi? But finish is like almost impossible to avoid.
Yeah.
But I always tell couples, what I tell couples is not call each other names, because I've seen, don't lose respect for each other. Like, for example.
What do you mean by that? Like, what does that look like for you?
I'll give you an example. I'll use someone else that I know their story as an example.
Okay.
This lady that I work with, she goes on the boat all the time with her boyfriend, and they get so drunk they start calling each other
names.
SOB. Like,
Oh.
before she knew it,
Son of a B.
Yeah, she thought she was joking with him, but he was actually resenting that. And then one day he said to her that, at what point did you lose respect for me? Like, you never used to
She
talk
asked or he asked?
He asked. Because, like, you never used to talk to me like this. But you used to do it playfully, and then now you are doing it in front of outsiders. Like, that looks bad.
Right.
So I always tell...
Because you get more comfortable with bad behavior.
You get comfortable.
If it's not checked, yes.
So I tell people, don't use foul languages on each other. You won't find me calling my husband out of his name outside. I will never do that. And because I'm so big on how I carry myself,
right,
I won't even get close. I just maintain myself. I'll probably smile and,
Right.
And you don't do that either. Like, even when we argue, we don't call each other colorful names. You know how some people just go, to me that's so ras. Like, why are you saying those things? Like, those are horrible things to say. But
people do. We've been in that space. At this point, it's a long time ago, but we've been in that space before. It comes out of frustration. You're trying to get a point across.
Right.
The person doesn't get it. It starts with little things as what you said doesn't make any sense. It starts with little things like that.
Yes.
Then, so God help you if that person receives it that is literally doesn't make sense.
When we were new in marriage, I used to receive it as like,
I know you
didn't
didn't get
really
it.
Mean I'm a dumb
I was being literal.
I didn't understand it. I was like, what?
I wasn't aware that that's been received as something else. That's why I said God helps you. That person receive it literally. If they don't receive it literally, if they receive it as offensive. Then
it is offensive.
Yeah, it becomes precisely, effectively offensive, and you have to, how that goes in marriage.
That's how
we end up, and some people are better in the poto than the others, but both of you will end up in it.
God help us all.
But she said, She said, "You have shed light on it. Continue to build friendship. Be intentional. Make time for your partner."
Thank you, my sister.
Right.
You packaged it beautifully.
Yeah. What's going on, Just Jay? Good to see you. Good to see you. Let's ping everyone into the room. Let's ping. We have 13 people here. We could do better with this. Well, the algorithms could do better. You guys are doing well.
Don't blame.
Okay.
Don't blame them.
We just gotta keep working. Yeah. So yes, 16 years yesterday.
That's right.
Yeah. But anyway, so in terms of that question, before we get into the main topic, we're just warming up. We're warming up. That question, let me see. So see finish in English means complacency. In typical, it just means complacency. We do it in business. We do it in personal relationships. We do it, anything that's readily available.
Will be taken for granted.
Will be taken for granted.
Okay.
Once it's always there, the effect of it, the interest that you had in it, shout out to 50 cents, the initial thing that you got from that, right? The effect of the newness of it, the excitement of it will get watered down because why? Because it's literally no longer new. It's just reality. Yeah. That's why it's impossible to avoid complacency and see finish. It will come. It's just a part of life, So, but to the question, how do you manage see finish? Number one, awareness. Just what we just shared with you. You know that it's a real thing. So if you know that it's a real thing and the effect of it is negative, you do the natural next best thing, which is be intentional. Yeah. Which is what she already grabbed from here. Be intentional. The reason why intentional are oftentimes falling poto for most people. The reason why it falls in poto for most people is because there's no connection to the awareness, the purpose. It's like they're just living, they're just floating through life. Right. Most people are just floating through life. It is what it is. If I don't feel like giving you sex today, it doesn't matter why. I just don't feel it. Deal with it. If I don't feel like treating you like my babe, romantically, showing you some affection, kissy, showing you that you're still wanted, that you're still valuable, you're still like just extra effort. If I don't show you, you get what I'm saying? You have to be aware that this is a real thing. The other person is still craving for it.
Yes.
There other people on the outside of your marriage, they are still stimulated by other people giving them attention because that newness is gone from you, but that newness is not gone from the outsiders. Right? So if they're getting attention outside from a work wife, a work husband, or some kind of ex from primary school, you might just find yourself in a position where you're like, but that's the duty and responsibility. You're supposed to. Well, that's supposed to. That is fantasies. The reality is that we're humans. Right? So awareness, being intentional. The intentional follows the awareness. You know what you're being intentional about. It's with respect to what you're trying to accomplish. Right? What's the purpose? Right? As opposed to let's just be intentional. Intentionally come to the bed and kiss me. That one will not work because it's disconnected.
That's crazy. It sounds crazy already. That's funny.
Intentionally come to the bed and intentionally wash my pata every day, and then I will want to have sex with you. I use the pata example all the time because it's an extreme.
Why?
But
it is an extreme. Like who does that?
But
I don't know anyone
some
that
people,
does that.
Well, I'm talking about washing plates. That's all I'm talking about. Not plates.
Oh,
I'm talking about just washing plates. Shorts.
Oh, okay,
I'm talking about shorts. A lot of people think washing the shorts is the solution. And then after the person washes shorts, they end up in the same situation. And then the guy is now resenting because he tried his best to help, but it's still not working.
Oh my God.
Right? Because it's been intentional, but there's a disconnect from the actual reason why that person was complaining in the first place. If your wife is saying, I need help in the house, it's mostly majority of what she just said is feelings, right? Once you start washing that plate every day, what enters? See finish enter that one too, right? Right? And then she continues the same behavior because you never went to the root of that issue in the first place. It might just have been a temporary situation, because if you never watched plate before, she didn't really marry you because of plate. I promise you, okay? Now, circumstances do change and she needs help. She needs help doesn't mean it's particularly plate. You have to pay attention to what she needs help with. It's a moving target. It might not be plate tomorrow. And then now she's saying it's a moving target.
It is.
Yeah, Oloshoro. It's difficult.
That's what they say. What do women want? This is where men.
What do women want? What do men want? It's a
Don't.
never-ending question. This is why, because people have unrealistic expectations that once they find the answer, it is the answer.
Right.
No, it is not. It's a moving target. The answer might be different tomorrow. You know. Kemi sọ pé àwọn abẹ́lẹ̀ janyan. What is English of abẹ́lẹ̀ janyan?
Well, I don't know. Is that secret admirers or?
Oh, okay. This
one's
one's inside WhatsApp group that are coming to side message. Is that the ones?
Oh, I mean.
Is that what that means?
The side dudes.
No,
man.
okay. Oh, side dudes. Okay, side
Ones
dudes
that
and side
have been
babes.
waiting. They've been waiting for everything to collapse. So they can move in.
And waiting can be conscious. It can be subconscious. It can be no consciousness involved, right? But last lines, everybody just collect breakfast. And what do most people say? They just end up saying things like, "Oh, well, it's a cheater. It's a cheater." There's other things that happened before they got to that point. It doesn't make cheating not wrong. Cheating is still wrong. It doesn't exonerate them from the fact that they made a bad choice, right? But I'm talking to you. If you want different results, you're gonna have to pay attention beyond blame, fault, right and wrong, guilt, shame, explaining. You go explain. You go tire, no evidence. That's another one that I have coming. But yes, so yeah, awareness, intentionality, and everything else that she noted from making time now with respect to, because some people actually want space from you, and then you're making time, and then you're wondering
why is it not working?
We need to spend quality time together. No, I want to get away from you.
Oh Lord,
that's real, right? And you might say, but why would we want to get away from each other? We're married. Well, it's just temporary. Sometimes they just need to breathe. Some people actually smother themselves to the death of that marriage.
That's true.
So it's a temporary, because it's feelings. Feelings are temporary in nature, and if you honor that for temporarily and just back off a little bit, that will go along with a break. Maybe she goes to work and she'll come back, and now we can kiss it. She misses me because somebody just show her shege. Somebody show her shege. Somebody show her shege over there. Take advantage of that.
Made me appreciate what I have at home. I'm like, these people are crazy. Everybody's moving mad.
Yeah. So if somebody show her shege, all you want to do is just palm. Just show that, you come and rest here, baby. I got you, right? Yeah. Sometimes it's a mother that will show her shege.
For real.
Yeah. Your sister, people, the friend where you don't stress yourself. Well, why you have that friend? That friend should not come around. Let her go. Let her go. Relax. But what if I let her go and then she went to another man from there and she was already gone? What are we talking about? She was already gone, right? Or he. It could be he too, right?
It's still gonna happen.
Yeah. So, but if that hasn't happened, why are you worrying about stuff that hasn't happened? You need to let go, give some room, you
have no control,
some break.
so,
and if they are saying quality time and you're the one you're engaged with trying to help, then give quality time, right? But if you're complaining about quality time, create quality time. If they don't want to give you quality time, there's a reason beyond that they are wrong. I know they might be wrong in your opinion. Listen, if you think they're wrong, you're right. I'm not even going to shame you.
You're right.
If you think they're wrong, you're right, okay? But after you're right, Inko, there's still more, right? Okay, let's not get to the more. The more is that there are other reasons why they don't want to spend time around you. Right. Why they're enjoying something else. There's something is filling the gap somewhere, something. So you need to start paying attention. And oftentimes the solution to that is all the way back at the root. Trace your step all the way back to the foundation.
Even though I feel like, I don't want to be petty or anything.
Right.
But I feel like sometimes you have to transfer the aggression back on that person.
The anxiety.
Yes. So you transfer the anxiety back on them by being unpredictable.
Right. Right.
If they don't know you that you're begging for quality time and you're not getting it, and you just do something different.
You need quality
Take care
time.
of yourself.
If you're asking for quality time from your partner, they're not giving you quality time. It's time for you to learn how. It's now time. You're going to learn something new if you don't know how to do it. Learn how to give yourself quality time, and give yourself quality time. Now, the magic in that is that it's time away from nagging that person. Right? You nag them less. Your behavior will change. They can feel it. They might not be able to tell what's going on. They can feel it. And that anxiety that you have, that will be your way of transferring back to them, because you change the patterns for them. So they now have anxiety. They'll be wondering effectively attraction is building. And now they can, and then you can use that how you want. Once they start coming around, then you can now feel better about yourself, that it's not just like it's all right. It's not just you, right? It's just human beings. Sometimes, Just Jay said, moments of solitude is great. You just need to be aware of these things.
Yes, sir.
We're human. We're not perfect. We like space together. We like space away. We want to breathe a little bit. We want to kiss sometimes. If you're more aware of this in that situation, then you become the seducer. You can use it in your favor to actually build your relationship better. Sometimes it means backing off. Sometimes it means come a little closer. Right. Like if you're complaining and you're saying, blah, 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 if I draw you close to me like this, it does the magic. If I'm doing like this, baby, I'll just, you know me, I just grab my laptop. I'm probably gonna find something. I'll find something to do. I have like a pipeline of things to do that's endless. And by the time I come back to you, whatever it is temporary. It's feelings. It's gone. It's whatever, you let it go. But again, it can be like everything else in life. It can be overdone. If it's been overdone, it's the same solution. Just pay attention to that. Chinye, how far now? How you there? You made it, huh? Thank you. People need a break. We do. Even your children sometimes need a break. What happened?
We do.
I had to learn that because for me, I naturally take breaks.
How do you take your breaks?
Me? Leave that thing. But anyway, I do have my breaks, enough for me, right? So I don't have a problem asking for a break. I don't have a problem grabbing a key and going for a break. Right. But she didn't necessarily know how to ask for a break or how to take her break from me. And then that became like, particularly if there's a disagreement, right? Particularly if there's a disagreement, I want to solve it now. I want to
get away.
And she's trying to run.
I'm a runner.
My wife is the type that you say, we have to talk. And she's like, Pressure.
Oh my God.
Pressure to her.
Everything I do, I will. Pressure to what?
That's my wife right there. All right. So now, it's not that she doesn't want to talk, but it's not going to be. She has to feel safe about the conversation, and that's something that to pay attention to. It could be your husband, it could be your wife, it could be vice versa. And also, some people have different traits in different environments. Some people they flight when there's a crisis. Some people it's not just because of crisis; they just like their space. Some people, who you married, right? If you try to change them, you collect even more.
We'll run more, even more.
Sorry.
Yeah, it gets worse if you try.
It does get worse.
Right?
I mean, even at my job,
right?
My manager figured me out like real quick. I can't deal.
You're good.
Do you want?
You shut down.
No,
it's not intentional.
It's not intentional. So if you complain about something, I want to find out, okay, what can I do? Is it me that is affecting that?
Right.
If it's not me affecting, if it's just some petty drama, I'm out.
Yeah.
I do my job and I'm out.
Right.
What is this?
So for me, I already know, I'm not really a smotherer when everything is normal. In fact, I might even want to travel now, she start crying.
How many times have I done that?
Well, when we weren't living together, you did that a few times. when we were living together.
Yeah, because you used to come and pick me up. You take me out. We spend time together.
You know, we haven't done our own how we met. You know, everybody does how we met.
Oh,
but we don't really tell our stories more. This our stories is in the book. But maybe one of these days we'll do how we met. You know. But anyway, yeah. So it's a very delicate, tricky thing because it's like we're married. Why are you asking for time alone? And then that's how they will now do, and they will asking for a girls trip. You see, the fact that you are paranoid about girls trip already tells me a lot. It tells me a lot. Oh, your girl can't wait to go on the girls trip. Oh my god! And when she goes, somebody's gonna be blowing her back out over there.
Oh my god, Jesus!
Because the fear is there now. You know why you have this fear? That's the fear now. And the girls trip wasn't the problem. It's because of this your behavior, this your mindset. It wasn't the girls trip that was the problem all along. Brother Bio, how fun are you there?
Hey!
Congratulations, my brother. Brother Bio is hooked.
I was watching Brabio the other day. I was like,
you're watching Brabio on Daddy Freeze, right?
I was like, Brabio, school them for schooling.
Oh, he was getting it in.
Oh my God, I was so happy. I was like, well said, well said.
Right. Hello, Nicole. What's going on, Nicole? Good to see you. Thank you. I appreciate you. All right. So it's tricky, you know, but it's not really tricky. It's just understanding human behavior, right? Understanding that the way your brain works logically, what you might consider logically, if it doesn't consider emotions, it's not logical. You're fooling yourself, okay? Because when you draw and you show love, right? And you're like, babe, don't leave me. Don't leave me. Right?
You're dramatic.
When you do that, that may just push her even further away. Babe, why are you going on the girls trip? Like, what do you need girls trip? Like, no, she started to explain herself and everything. Like, well, you want to go on girls trip? There are two answers. In minds of a lot of people, there are two answers. The answer is like, well, you have my permission. I'm Steve Harvey. I'm a simp. Go. That's the way a lot of lame men think about this. I'm Will Smith. Just go. Right? The other opposite is black and white for them. The opposite of it is like, no, I'm putting my foot down. You cannot go.
Excuse me? And she's still gonna go. All right.
Well, is she gone? Then she gone. She better leave my house.
That's controlling attitude. I'm sorry.
So the issue is actually none of the two. It's like, how did you find yourself in this position? Why is your wife wanting to run from you? That's the issue you should be worried about. Why my wife never asks for girls trip? She goes on a sister trip with her sister. She never asked for girls trip. The question is that, how did you miss it? Why is your girl? How many
girls am I even close to? To the extent that I'm going on a girls trip.
Now, if you're not patient to go through that question, then we got a problem. Then that's your main problem. The problem is not that she's going on girls trip, because this is 2023. She will go. Okay. She at some point she'll be willing to.
What's wrong with girls trip?
She'll be willing to let go of the marriage and still go.
Why is girls trip looked at as if it's a bad thing? It's not a bad thing.
It's not the girls trip. It's what it represents.
Who does it represent?
Okay, so the truth is that a lot of women do smash people on the girls trip. That's number one. Okay.
Really?
Yes. What do you mean, really?
So every time women get together,
it's not every time. I said a lot do. A lot do. Now, if you no wait, now I said a lot. I didn't say 95%. Some people will tell you 95% anyway. But anyway, some people do. But here's the deal, right? Here's the deal. If your girl is going on a girls trip for a weekend, and the first thing that comes to your mind is that her back is going to get blown out this weekend, your issue is deeper than the girls trip. Is my point. You have trust issues. There is fear. The way you operate in this marriage is fear-based.
Right.
You have serious insecurities, toxic, like bad. So your only solution to your insecurity is to first of all deny that you're insecure. You will say, I'm not insecure. F you. That's what you will say. The second thing, you now start using manipulative tactics, right? Things like, if you go, don't come back to this house, you're older than me. Because she will come back to this house. Right? And you know it, okay? And you know you can't wait to beg her to not go, because you can't fathom the idea that your wife can just go on a girls trip with her friends. They had a good time. Yeah, they might sip on a little sippy something. They crashed in a hotel.
When you go on trips, you drink, you eat.
Well,
you club.
Also, on any type of trip, most healthy couples, they are heavy. She probably be on the FaceTime with me. I was like, go and have fun. Why are you on the FaceTime with me? Go and have fun, right? So all of that, all of that is not coming to your head. You're not thinking about all the best case scenario. You think about the worst case scenario. The worst case scenario is that every hour her back is getting blown out.
That's so
Okay, imagine how I'm saying it right now. How it's pounding. Their heart is pounding right now. Like, no, my wife will never go. My wife will never go. So imagine the fear of that on a man, right?
Terrible.
So it's not the girls trip, it's fear, right? And insecurity. And it's not just in that moment that you started it. It started long before she suggested the girls trip. You see what I'm saying? And it's, to me, I'm not surprised that she's asking for a girls trip now. Because if your girl is in love with you, the last thing she's thinking about is a girls trip, right? So now, life do happens. People have children, people need to breathe, they just need to be like, babe, I'm going with my sisters, whatever, you know.
Yeah, I need to go with my friends and hang out. Like, I mean, I got invited to a girls trip of 40 people, and I was like, whoa! That's a whole lot of energy. I can't do
40,
it.
my wife wouldn't even want to go.
Ladies,
she wouldn't want to go to that concert. Now, for me, but Ola, what will you do? If okay, so let me tell you what I will do for those that need this answer. Okay, if my wife comes to me and she said, babe, I'm just going to go on the girls trip, 40 people. I'm just going to say, yes, go.
I mean, go carry my 2 legs. Can't tell you what's happen for them.
Nah, they think
gosh.
think Ola is trying to act macho, like he's secure. No, it's not that. I'm just like you. Okay, I'm not thinking anybody's blowing my wife back out. That's not what I'm thinking, right? But because I already don't have that. But in this moment, because I know so much about how these things work, I'll be curious. She's stressed out. Oh, forget that. I'm already aware. Whatever she was going through, I'm probably already aware that something is off somewhere, and what I mean off is not necessarily negative. She needs to breathe.
I could be curious to see how that works.
Listen,
now
they don't tell children to not go and catch leprosy.
Be with me right there. You guys and your Yoruba.
If you can live in nobody ask you not to go and become is it leper?
Yeah.
Go and catch leprosy by yourself.
Leprosy, yes.
As long as you can live inside of the bush by yourself.
By yourself.
That's that's not a threat. The thing is, I know for a reality. Somebody just said 40 is too much. Voila.
My sister.
See, you have to know some things ahead of time. First of all, it's the planning that they will not go anymore. If you know women enough, it's when they are planning it. It's when they are planning it that the whole thing will not work, right? So it is what it is. And if they manage to plan it and they actually go, like for example, Envy's wife went on some kind of crazy ass trip like that.
Yeah, for a month, right?
Listen, I don't think those people do anything without business involved. They probably do some sponsorship stuff like that.
I think so.
The whole manosphere overreact to that. They're just a bunch of lame people. Jesus Christ. Anyway, the point is that the issue is always deeper than his girl's trip. And if the issue is not deeper, if you're the exception, and your wife is actually going to knock yourself. I'm just saying, a typical wife who is really having a good time in her marriage, that's the last thing she's thinking about. Sisters, because they are sisters. Because, they want to bond, they're still very close, right? But most people that are in healthy marriage, they barely have girlfriends. They have girlfriends, they barely spend time together. They have we should catch a drink.
Yeah.
That's the way it works in real life. But people that hang out on the internet just to come and troll themselves, they think people just have time. Right?
That's crazy.
So
that's why I don't want people to be focused so much on what people see on the internet. Hey, I still know a good number of people that are not on social media that they're living their lives. Like people like our age mates. You know, don't let the people on the social media.
They might scroll through for a few minutes a day.
Yeah.
Scroll through the feeds. They're not hanging out here doing 12-hour streams.
They're doing normal things.
Yeah.
Everything I see on social media sometimes is very extreme, and you're like, what is the world going to? But this is not happening every day with normal people's lives. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have to be wise with it.
Gotta be
basically.
careful. Gotta be careful what you're eating up out there. You know,
Right.
Lola seems reserved and introverted.
I wish. I'm introverted.
You know what? When it comes to being introvert or extrovert, between me and you, it's quite confusing.
I go out more than you do.
In reality, but I've settled. But it's because I've settled in.
You have said,
yeah.
that is true.
I was kind of out there a little bit.
The first few years
Man, you couldn't
of
get
our
you couldn't hold me
marriage,
in.
this guy always going out. But there was
Yeah.
a time then it was me and you always going out all the time.
Right.
So I won't
right.
say I was left out of that.
No,
but
no,
you
no.
really went out, and you were the first out of your friends to get married. So it was only
Yes.
fair that, you know.
But you didn't see that as
instead-
fair. Let's stop the cap.
No, but you know why I didn't see that as fair sometimes? You know why I didn't?
No, let's go into that. We'll tell that story another day. Another story. I know what story
So
you're
you
going
don't
at.
want me to tell?
We'll do it another day. It will be a separate
That's
topic.
so-
You know, the boat story. We'll
Yeah.
talk-
Well, I go out more than you do now
Now, yes.
with my friends.
Yeah, but you're doing MC and you don't just up and leave and say
Right,
you do that
right,
with your sister for happy hour.
Yeah.
See again, sister. Pay attention.
It's true.
Gentlemen.
That's true.
Okay. We don't want them to have sister
do it
because
for
those
work.
sisters be causing trouble. Anyway,
Yeah.
another topic entirely. But you do it for what?
For work, like,
work.
you know, side hustle.
Right. So you do that, but you're not just being anti-House of Frida here, running around town calling yourself socialite.
Please. I
Okay,
beg
all
you
right.
in
Leave
Jesus'
Frida alone.
name.
Leave Frida.
I don't know
Easy.
people like that, to be honest with you. That really traumatized me.
You don't know
I'm
people
sorry.
like that?
No, I don't.
know
Name
a
one
few.
person that I know like that.
Why would I name them? why would I name them?
Like, you don't want to collect.
No.
Do we really know someone like that?
Huh?
Do we really know people like that?
Yeah.
I don't do.
Huh?
I hope you're not talking about a church, Sha.
No.
because
I would
you
never
don't
tell you what
like-
I'm talking about.
Oh my
Anyway,
God. Jesus.
let's get to
Lord have
let's
mercy.
get to this. But
That was a lot. Please stop. That was a lot. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know something like that.
I'm what they call intro extrovert. I think there's something like that. Like
In the middle.
Yeah, somewhere, you know. Like I like stepping out, hanging out with friends.
This guy can be in the house for 1 week and not see sunlight. That's not me. I'm out there. If I'm not at the grocery, I'm in the gym. If I'm not in the gym, I'm in the mall. I'm going somewhere. I can't do without sunlight in a day.
I can do without sunlight for a few
This
days.
guy right here. That is.
Yeah, but it gets to me sometimes like I need to get out. You know, I just be like
I don't feel like I'm in a box. I need to get out.
Yep. So somebody said I should whisper it in your ear.
Exact. Tell me now.
Somebody.
Someone like that we know.
First of all, tell me the characteristics that you think of Frida, and then I'll tell you.
Excuse me. She they want me. Ne? You want to roast me here? I'm not doing that.
Ziggy says ambivert. Is that the term?
What?
Just J's.
Wow.
Just J says ambivert. That's ambiguous. It's not sure. Did you make up that word? I know the ambiguous, not sure language, but yeah, that's me. Introverted extrovert. Yes, I'm like that. I can socialize from a very extremely intentional place, as much as also have
you
fun.
can intimidate people.
But I'm not also the type that want to just hang around with a bunch of white people with a cup of tea. Like, oh yes, what do you do? That's not me. Okay, all right. I can do it for only butter.
You can't pretend. That's what it is.
Yeah, only butter, you know. And especially if they do that, that's make fun like, hi, how are you? oh, I can't do that. Yeah, I can't.
You can't pretend. You don't know how to.
I'm not doing well. No, I won't say that. I can engage it. I can actually flip it to more organic. That's where I consider myself. Like if somebody try to do the what is it called, 3 minutes, 15-minute elevator type of thing with me,
Right.
I can actually flip. I'm very good at that. I can flip it to a much more organic conversation because I would just start asking them. I would be more curious to why they even want to be asking me elevator question.
Right.
And that would turn it to organic. But I'm not like socialite. I just say I need to go somewhere today. I shall be no. You know, and I don't think you're like that.
No, I'm not the
Yeah.
must to.
Yeah.
Anyway, I like my space too. I do have my moments where I just want to enjoy my space.
Yeah.
I just me.
Yeah.
I can be on an island for myself, by myself for a few. Maybe,
right. As long as your children are there with you, though.
Yeah, I'm very.
Cap.
My
Let
kids.
me call the cap for you real quick.
Oh my God.
You're all by yourself.
I don't know.
Stop the cap.
Even when she tried to.
I don't have kids, I guess. But I have kids, and those kids have to be taken care of.
I can do without those kids.
Can you imagine?
Let me stop.
My kids.
I can do, but it's because I have a very good woman. I
Because
feel
you know
safe.
I got
Yeah,
them.
because when we're at a party, and because she does get carried away with socializing when we end up a party.
Right.
I'm like, where's that baby?
You are focused. And that's why,
That's me.
it's a balance. I like it. Because while I'm doing my social butterfly thing.
You're like,
you
yeah. I'm like, where's Tifa? Tell me, go find Tifa for me.
I like it. It's a balance. It's a good balance.
Yep. Just Jay, you get it. So let's do this. We're gonna get into some more conversations.
Some serious talks.
Yeah, we're gonna get a little bit more serious. I promise it won't be that serious. For me, 16 years, what it means to me is what that 16 years has meant for me is growth.
Wow, yes.
Yeah, growth.
Yes.
I think the level of growth I'm talking about is literally impossible outside of marriage, or let me say long-term relationship. And just like any type of growth, there's growing pain. There are going to be moments that you feel like it's not worth it. But that's the whole point. When you look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, I got this. Yeah, I'm straight. Like, yeah.
You're feeling yourself.
I'm feeling myself.
It's good. You have to feel yourself sometimes.
Yeah. So, and then it gets to a point that these things are predictable. We're still humans.
Oh yeah.
Get emotional, but
emotions.
There's only so much of it you'll go through before you see the patterns. It's the same thing. Oh, everyone is different. Irony, we're all the same.
We're similar,
The events, they all repeat themselves at some point, especially for you as a person. Your personality is your personality. Your temperament is your temperament. Only if you would own in on that and try to learn it. That takes patience. Because oftentimes before you learn it, you catch fire. You overreact, right? But if you have a good support system, it's doable.
Right.
And then to answer the ultimate question, so do you not think you're going to last forever?
Did somebody ask you that?
When they type it, when they type it in the chat, you can almost feel the spirit, like spirit of principalities, spirit of right.
Wow.
But no, I'm just kidding.
That's crazy.
It's just day by day.
That's why you have to live in the moment, to be honest.
Yeah. I'm not exactly shocked that it's 16 years because I feel like I've known her all my life. We've known each other for 19 years.
19 years.
But it's just one day at a time. Remember how we started this? Obsession about the future or about yesterday. You will miss out on life. If you don't know how to, so if you know how to bring it today, if you have crisis today, okay, what is the crisis today? How can you handle it? It's a very extremely difficult thing to deal with, because what you want to do is remind your husband of how he was wrong yesterday too. I'd be 2 weeks ago. I'd be 2 years ago, right? That's naturally you, but this is where intentionality comes in. You're not aware that you have tendencies to do that. You not say, I'm not going to do that. What is it? What are the cards I am dealt today?
Yeah.
Because that's the only thing that God is going to ask you. What did you do with the cards you're dealt today?
In a moment.
Right? In that moment. Because you still have opportunity. You might call it second, third, fourth. I don't know how many chances. But you still have it. Right? And those cards you're still dealt. But if you're busy comparing your spouse, yourself, to other things outside of yourself, and you collect, that's the way it works. So I think it's growth. I think the journey is actually the benefit, not the destination. Who cares about forever? Fuck forever. How about that?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You saw word here?
I just did.
Okay.
We probably just got demonetized. We're gonna be all right.
Oh, okay. I like the confidence.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah. If they kept Fresh and Fit on for for how many years now, they will keep me on for just one F word. We don't care. One day at a time. today is all that matters, you know. So anybody who's worried about, so because you're 16 years, you're nothing like, it's like, you're the one that's worried about that. Because there's a high likelihood, extremely high chances that we will wake up here tomorrow morning just like this. Why? Because it's a pattern. It tends to repeat itself.
And I'll still wake up, and I'm not a morning person. Oh my God. I'm not a morning person until I have that coffee, you know.
Yeah, and that's a big deal for me because I am in the morning. Wake up!
Yell, you want to scream, you want to shake somebody up, like, leave me alone. It's
Oh
too
my God.
early. Who does this?
Like in the morning.
That's
Right.
me. I mean, I really have to look at myself in the mirror sometimes. I'm like, oh my God, that's my resting, you know, my resting bee face.
Me, so, and even the morning, I want to touch everything. I touch every part of her body in that morning when she's like, I'm like,
You know what? If you could show up with coffee every
said
morning.
no wickedness in high places.
If you could show up with coffee
Right.
every morning,
that does
then
it
you
for
can
you.
touch everywhere.
Yeah, but I still touch everywhere.
And then you still get the stank face in the morning.
But we go there all right. I still there.
You're okay with it. I'm okay with it.
But the thing is, I'm aware of it. I'm aware that it's a thing. A morning person, you're not a morning
I'm
person.
not a morning
you know.
person.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So.
It takes everything in me to wake up on Saturday and go to
Hey,
work.
Kathy, where have you been, Kathy? Good to see you. Good to see you. Somebody said energy.
Hi, Kathy.
Yeah. So this is gonna be good. Let's. So that was that about 16 years. We did how many? Oh, we did a little bit over an hour. We're just talking about that. So let's get into the
real talk.
The real talk for the day. Feel free to ask questions with Q. Just put a Q before it if you want to, and then we'll take you from there. Right? We'll be right back for the actual questions. All right. Welcome back. Wait, what did you say? First of all, before we get into the question about marriage is over. The morning is one of the best times to get it.
Yeah, after the coffee though. Come on.
Most men will agree with that because they wake up with something else. You know, but we leave that with the money bula. Most men will be looking to put that somewhere. Yeah. Anyway, question. My marriage is over. These questions are for you. And then for all of you in the chat, chime in as much as you can on these questions, wherever your opinions are. And I will not be giving much of my answers today. I will be giving that over the course of the next 4 weeks at lola.com. So make sure you're subscribed over there if you want the elaborate answers for this. So the question, babe, what signs should I look for to be sure that my marriage is really over? Right? Clearly, this is a bad situation.
Terrible situation.
Right? But they're still kind of being held hostage. Right? And,
Their own mates.
Yeah. But they're wondering, is it over so I can move on? Right? That's what they're wondering. So what are the signs that you would consider, even if just one, that you would consider that the marriage is over? Ladies and gentlemen of prestige in the chat, please feel free to chime in. Shout out to you, O'Shea, says happy anniversary. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.
I would say a big one for me is indifference, right?
Indifference.
That's a big one for me because I feel like if you care about somebody, if you're in a marriage with someone, you care. Everything they do, you care. When something changes, you care.
I didn't see that one coming.
But if you don't care, they're doing like the craziest things. Even to get your attention, you still don't care.
Right, even if they say, I hate you.
Or they're even dating someone, they're flirting, I think it's over.
So if you don't care, but this person asking, this is a good point. Okay, so we went from the other angle. Let's go to the other angle now. if you yourself, you're really in that space. What you just said is you're in that space that you don't care. They moved on. They don't feel like they hate you. You don't feel like you hate that person. You don't feel like you love them. You have no resentment whatsoever, at least on the surface, right? But indifference. At that point in time, if you feel nothing for that person.
It's done.
You're numb.
You're numb. I think it's already done at that point.
So if you stay in that situation, you're considered like you're basically just punishing that person at that point in time.
Basically.
Because that person most people are not indifferent. Most people are still showing some kind of emotions.
Right.
They might be crying. They might be trying to manipulate you. They might be trying to be stoic because they thought that would work. But if they're still engaged in their emotions, usually that's the case. But if you're indifferent, like, okay. Now the other end of it is that obviously if you're asking this question, you're not indifferent.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. If this person, how's that person acting?
The other person.
They're looking for signs, right?
You're looking for signs from the other person
person.
So if that person is acting indifferent.
Yeah, I mean, to me that's a big sign.
Yeah.
They're not even coming to you for anything. They don't, I want to do this. They're like, okay, that's fine. Like, and especially when you know that they're usually not fine with that. Then it's time to really.
Usually they will be overreacting.
Right.
Exactly, that's a good point.
Right.
If they're usually overreacting and they're talking and they let's talk, but can we go to counseling or they want to punish you? They're taking away your resources. But at this point, they just
don't
like
care.
they don't even care. You can have it,
want.
but they want you to leave them alone.
Yeah.
Basically, they're just roommates. At that point in time, the marriage does not exist anymore.
No, it doesn't. You don't enter one chance with that.
Yeah. All right.
That one is,
that's a good one. Anybody has
out
anything else to add on to that before we move forward? Oladiji, hello. It says congrats and happy anniversary. I appreciate
Thank you.
And we have take heed.
Take heed to the message.
My sister Obong Awang. Good to see you. Thank you so much. Abby, enjoy. This is what she does on Instagram. She be like, and then she start the message. I pay attention to that.
Oh, wow.
I appreciate your message. All right. So so that's that. I agree with you. I think indifference is a strong one. It's a very strong one. Many people don't think about that.
Come back
From indifference?
I think he would.
It's tough.
It's very hard.
Yeah, because they don't care. There's nothing because everyone. Okay. So indifference, if it looks like that on the surface, as you say, everyone cares about something. They don't care about you or being in that marriage, right? But they care about something, right? Because I was about to say, if people are indifferent, it's extremely hard to seduce them, right? Because they don't care, but they care about something. And if you know, if they're still, if they're still in that house, in that relationship, somehow, some way with you, you do have leverage. You just have to find what that leverage is, and that might take time. That might take, that's if you're looking to save the marriage. Now, this person is looking like, is it really over? Maybe they already told you it's over. And you're just not listening, right? You're like, maybe. That might be the very reason why they're still looking to run away from you. The fact that you're not willing to accept what is right now. But yeah, we'll talk more about that at LolaandLola.com. Look out for that video. All right. If you don't have any other one, we'll move on to the next one. All right, the next one here for you, babe. Communication in marriage. How can I talk to my partner about sensitive issues without it turning into an argument?
I think for me, personally, I think tone. Tone is very important. Because when someone is sensitive, I consider myself a sensitive person.
Do you consider me sensitive?
Sometimes, babe.
You call me sensitive.
Even though.
No, you only call me sensitive when you're mad at me. But
because I know that thing, it took you, but you don't want to agree. Yeah. But you're acting it in that moment.
Right.
Nah, babe, yeah.
But what does it mean to be sensitive?
There's nothing wrong with being sensitive.
Let me ask you like this: what do I say when you say I'm sensitive? What do I normally say?
What do you say?
Nothing, because I'm sensitive. I'm talking. I have a point. I have something I'm trying to say. I have something. I have something that I want to address.
Yeah, with me, if the tone is not right, you're not gonna land well.
Right.
Because I'm very, for me personally, you know how Yoruba people say "enyi loro." Enyi loro is like words are like egg. You know, like an egg.
They're fragile.
Very fragile. If that egg falls,
it breaks. You can't put it back together.
You can't put it back together. It's impossible.
You'll be shocked. I shock it. I didn't put a powder together for a long time.
So tone is a big one, and
right,
the type of words you use. So
tone, I'm looking for a better word, maybe more. I understand what you mean by tone, right? Delivery.
Soft landing. Some people are just too. Oh, I'm a blunt talker. What?
You're blunt talker. If you're a blunt talker, you collect everywhere. Blunt talker, it's about.
I'm a straight shooter. Not with me.
Right. I've never appreciated people who self-admit that they're blunt talker. I understand where they're coming from, but oftentimes they're just rude people. You're just rude. Oftentimes, you know.
I feel like honesty without empathy is just brutal. If you can't be
brutal
kind,
honesty,
I can't stand it. I'm
sorry. The focus is on brutal.
Yeah, I can't move past that brutal. So I'm like, okay. There's no way I'm gonna agree with you at this point, and there's no way I'm here. I'm shut down at this point.
And that's not intentional. It's very important to point it out
I understand that
they just can't hear you.
I can't hear anything past that.
If your delivery doesn't work with them, they can't hear you. So, I don't care about your feelings. So what the hell are you talking, you dummy? If you don't care about your feelings, like why you talk? Just shut up if you don't care about the person's feeling. If you care that the message passes along, then you have to care. You can't just run around town and talk about you don't care.
Don't care, still don't care.
You do care.
And do you know
Stop
people who say they don't care actually care the most?
Of course.
Because the fact that you're saying it so much shows that you care.
Yeah.
And sometimes I use my parents as example, right? You know, I love my parents, my dad, my mom.
Right.
My mom is the rah-rah kind of...
She's the one that wakes up in the morning, like me, like, everybody,
and me, I'm like, shut all the way down. Okay. But my dad, it's so quiet. It's so, it goes around. Even when he tells you, one thing will open in your head. You'll be like, why didn't I think about that? That's true. You just agree because it's how he's moving.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, Yoruba people say, Gidigba Oshila Kufole. You can't just, as a thief,
so let's try to translate that.
You're muscular, you're big, don't mean you can just...
What's gra-gra? What's gra-gra in English?
Gra-gra is like when you're too forward.
Aggression.
Okay, aggressiveness.
Yeah, aggressiveness does not really open doors for you. You just need the keys.
Calm down.
You need them keys. If you don't have the keys, that aggressiveness, if you do gra-gra, enter somebody's engine, their car engine, and you don't know what you're doing, you need keys. Even if the keys is knowledge. You know how people put wire together and they start the car. You need to know what to do.
For that?
Well, they told us to bring the car now or recall because they need to upgrade the software because some people have the keys to steal the car by plugging some computers to certain things, right?
Yep.
You need keys. You need the key. And if you're not patient enough to find what the key is, aggressiveness is not going to work.
It doesn't work.
No point. Yeah.
It doesn't work.
So in communication, this comes in a lot. Right. Yeah.
So for me particularly, now I'm speaking when it comes to me, right? The tone is, come on, like you gotta calm down. Come down to my level. I get it. You're higher,
right?
But I still can't hear you. Let's level up.
For you, that coming down is actually a function of time. Sometimes the timing has to be right for you.
Oh yes, you have to read the room. What?
Now I don't see shaggy. You can tell I've seen shaggy before.
You have to read the room, you have to read the room. I'm sorry. I wish, because sometimes when people are having this conversation, they're like, as matured people, why can't we just have the conversation? No, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
In the moment while you're going through that, because emotions is nobody's mate. Okay, in that moment you have
emotions
to
will be your
learn
mates.
to read the room. You have to have soft landing, know your partner, know who you're talking to.
So some people like straight shooters.
Some
Okay,
people
and I wanna. No, they don't. They're full of shit.
They like it when. Let me tell you what it is. They like it when it's being directed at somebody else.
Thank
but
you.
when it's coming at them, oh my God! What I've seen it happen so many times.
Yeah.
Men say, "Oh, I love sexy girls."
I was like, Ola leaves her room. Some people like straight shooters.
Cap.
Yeah, right.
They can't handle
Yeah,
it.
it's easy to say you like straight shooter if they're shooting at somebody else.
Yep.
It's easy. You know, you have to remember that sensitive issues, that's obviously subjective.
Sure.
That's why you have to be patient. For this person, what's sensitive is different from this person to
Very.
person to person.
How many times that, I'm sensitive about something, my husband said, I really, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings with that. I'm just like, I was just saying. I'm like,
right.
yeah.
Like I meant that literally, but her mind has created about 200
like,
Nollywood
what?
movies of that.
Are you kidding me right now? And me, I'm a proud Yoruba girl. Like Yoruba people, when you say one thing and it means like 3 different things.
Right. But stop the tap.
Stop the cap.
What do you mean stop the car?
It's also because it's the way you were raised, culture.
That's
religion.
what I'm saying.
So it's not just Yoruba. It's every culture in the world. If you engage them and you don't take the time to understand how they process information, how they process interaction, if you don't take the time, you will always collect, no matter where you go in the world.
Well, I don't like to generalize because I don't know about these other cultures. But when I speak for my own Yoruba people, they say pele.
I'll give you an example.
Ola ko olabo.
That's true.
Pele is like sorry, right? Sorry.
No, pele is not sorry, baby. That's Yoruba English.
Sorry now.
Pele is not sorry. That's Yoruba English.
Baby, stop.
It's not sorry.
You don't understand Yoruba more than I do.
Let's unpack it.
What is pele? Pele is sorry, care.
Pele, what do we use pele for? Pele is greetings. Sometimes it means. Sometimes it means.
That is in Akure over there. No, where am I?
So if I walk into a room and I say pele to me, to me understand that's pele.
And that's what I'm saying about Yoruba people.
That means you're right. That means pele, you're right. I use that for that too. Sometimes I use it for pele. You hurt yourself. I use it for that as well too.
Okay, so it means different things, right?
Context. It depends on like Yoruba language. You can use the same word for a million things.
Weird.
It's actually the same word. It's not even different pronunciation this time around. It's the same word, but I guess it's part of a function of the language evolving over time.
I don't say pele to people.
Huh?
I don't say pele.
You only say when people hurt themselves?
Yeah.
When somebody died, that's the only time you say pele?
No, pele.
Ekpele. So sorry. So I'm sorry. It's ekpele.
Yeah.
That's the one you're talking about.
Ekpele.
Okay. I'll take it. It means that too.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. One word can be used for different types of things.
Yeah.
And Yoruba people, if you say ekpele, they'll say olako olabo. That olako like it means
the same thing that we just did.
It
means multiple things. You can be condescending or you're being for real. Yes,
you're being for real.
Sammy Bele is sorry. I ain't never heard it for. No, I didn't say you're right. I said you alright? Are you alright?
Are you alright?
I say as in like I can use it for saying hello. I can say Bele to younger people if they're younger.
I'm sorry. I cannot relate to that, babe.
You've never seen me say Bele?
I've heard you say it, but I've never heard anybody else say it.
Like, hello, uncle. Hello. What's going on? Are you okay, Bele? And I keep walking. You've never seen that being used that way before?
No, sorry. I'm sorry. That's why I said maybe it's I said maybe
Sammy said, but I barely speak Yoruba. Barely. Okay, Ziggy, so that's ekpele. Well, that's if somebody is older than me, I will say ekpele.
That is so funny.
But it's the same word. If somebody is younger than me, I say ekpele. If they are older than me, I'm using the ekpele.
Yeah.
So do you say ekpele to older people ever?
Why would I say that? It's my point. So you're using it and you already say, mommy ekpele ma.
Yes, I do say ekpele ma.
Really? To
who? I say that to your mom. Ask her. I say that to your mom all the time.
And she doesn't say okay, ekpele.
If she did, I would be completely lost because I'm just saying hello.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, one day in church, so I was chewing gum, and Princess Mommy Princess said, Dami, do you still have gum? And I said, no, ma. I was like, am I binu? She was like, ma binu? Like,
right, you're saying, I'm sorry, I don't have
I'm sorry, but she's like, why are you sorry?
Yeah, why are you sorry? Oyibo people will tell you why you sorry too.
They do that all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you
if
almost
it,
hurt
because
yourself.
we say sorry. If Oyibo people want to hurt themselves, like they trip, you say
Yeah, well, like,
sorry.
sorry.
Nigerian
They're
people will say sorry.
Yeah.
And they're like, why are you sorry?
Why are you sorry? And I'm like, okay, I guess.
It's like I'm at TJ down, right?
So we out here confusing people.
Confusion everywhere. So we say, oh wait, you mean like after someone prostrates and the elders say ekbale? Yes, that one. Okay, I understand.
So
yes,
Sammy,
that one.
Sammy knows that.
Yeah, it's somebody prostrates ekbale. Yeah, you're greeting that
wow.
person back. It's not always sorry. I'm sure some kind of Yoruba intellectual will correct us properly. I'm sure there's something there, because I'm not, my Yoruba too is. We're trying to teach our teenagers Yoruba for how many years
it's
now?
Hard.
It's hard because we barely speak Yoruba.
It's very
too.
hard. Oh my
So,
God. We speak broken Yoruba.
We speak broken Yoruba we speak with the Ebonics with Jesus Christ. We said, oh, you're out of tune. We're like, wait, because I'm speaking all kind of stuff. I don't know. Like, Jesus Christ. But let me sound condescending to older people.
Yeah.
I'm realizing that now,
Yes.
but I think mommy knows me well. She knows I mean nothing about that.
Yeah, you will collect.
Yes,
Yoruba,
I can see that.
Older people
That
in particular. Like that, like there.
Yeah. But I also think that's a function of what relationship you had with them
With
before
that
that point.
person,
Yeah. So I think we've done that justice. Communication. This all goes back to communication. I will talk a little bit more. I will bring some more structured stuff around communication in marriage. I will put it on lola.com. So if you guys want to check that blog from time to time, lola.com/blog. We have tons and tons and tons of content up there, But yes, let's move on to the next one. We'll be. All right, welcome back. So here's another question for you, babe. My marriage is making me depressed. Are there self-help techniques or strategies I can try to alleviate the depression caused by my marriage? All you need is give us one solid one. If you have more, give us. Then we'll take it from there.
So if you say your marriage is making you depressed, I feel like maybe you are giving too much of yourself. And
you're pouring from an empty cup.
Your cup is empty. That's the only way I can look at it, right? Because this person is saying they need strategies to alleviate the depression caused by. You have to give to yourself. You have to take that time and just step away for a minute. Not stopping your responsibilities.
Right.
But
because you're an adult at the end of the day.
At the end of the day,
you have
bills
commitments.
gotta be paid, kids have to be taken care of. The little things the things that you can do, express to your spouse. I can't do that right now. I need to get some help for myself.
Right.
I think particularly with that, therapy is what I would say to people.
Right.
That's
what if we're talking about there's clinical depression, there's the depression from the inside of the house. There's somebody just tell you that you're depressed.
Exactly. You don't even know which one.
So if it's a clinical situation where you've been diagnosed, I would say make sure you get on a treatment plan for sure, But yeah, we're just gonna assume that's not that because we're not licensed therapists, blah 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 here. That's not what we do. We need you to kind of have an idea of what kind of results you're looking for before we can coach and counsel you. If you're not sure of that, if you're just in a la-la land and you're just floating around life and you're like this and just telling to please engage proper treatment plan.
Yes, and you know what? A lot of people, I don't know. I'm thinking of so many things that can be causing depression for people, right? Like sometimes we consume too much, it could be in terms of social media.
Social media.
What are you paying attention to?
You're watching too much House of Frida. Ati Liza and Jory.
I know. Sometimes I will say this.
Yeah.
I go to my mom's house and then I start hearing all these crazy bloggers screaming and yelling. And I one day I told my mom, I said, Mommy, You didn't raise us with these things. Why is it that you are watching this? This is...
You did? You told her that?
I told her.
What did she say?
She was like, it's just entertainment. I was like, but before you know it,
you just enter your parents' house.
You normalize it.
You just enter your parents' house. You just say, you could no power. Like, wait, what?
It's too much.
That's a lot. It's
serious causes.
It's like, Kilengbo, what are you listening to?
Yeah. For me, I believe that whatever you surround yourself with, you can think that you're strong enough.
Or what you're feeding you're feeding your brain.
Yeah, I would never be like that. Before you know it, you start, before you know it, the way that I talk like you sometimes, I just say certain things. My husband say, that's the way this thing happens. You start to act like them. You start to say this thing.
That's it, because it comes by hearing.
Yeah. I told my mom,
I remember years ago, I would hear some languages from you when we were in argument. And I'm like, I was like, that's not her.
You're like his Yoruba movie.
Yeah, I was like, that's not her.
I was like, you're watching too much movies.
We were having an argument one day, as you can see, she's posh.
I'm posh. Right? Oh,
we were having an argument. This is years ago. And she's like, did it? I'm like,
that's, what do you call it? What do you call those girls? Shekina or whatever came out of me. Reality TV show. Sukiana, please.
One day I said Yokozuna.
I'm sorry. People like that, I'm sorry.
Who is Shekina?
I'm sorry.
Who is Shekina though?
Shekina is from... It's housewife of... No, it's not housewife. It's
Sukiana.
No, Sukiana. You know that...
Oh, the other one.
The Opalumpa. God forgive me.
Okay.
Don't
those
make
people.
me say things
that
are crazy.
The shade room people. Yeah.
Yeah, people like that, just came
so they
out.
do that too,
they
like...
do all that.
You all man. Who you talking to? It's your fault too. And I'm like, that's not my wife. And I just because I was also aggravated, I was having an active argument. I just calmed down, like, why am I having an argument?
So it worked in that moment.
No,
it shut you down.
No, I don't know what you were trying to do. I think you were just caught up in whatever was going on.
I don't even remember this. Funny enough,
I don't remember what the issue was too. But but I just took a moment, like, that's not the person I married. Something like, so from that moment, I've started to pay attention to deeper stuff rather than surface stuff, right? Which is, you're being disrespectful, you're being blah, blah. Of course she's being disrespectful, but did you take the time to find out the source? And how would you alleviate that, right? Have you taken the time to, like, because I'll tell you what, telling her that she's been watching too much Love and Hip Hop will not work either. That will actually work against you.
You told me, you've been watching too much. You're acting a Nollywood movie right now.
I did say that at one point, right? Yeah, at one point I probably said that. What is wrong with this man? Because I didn't even know what the hell I was looking at. Right?
And the normal me will run. But if I'm backed in a corner...
I think you were backed in a corner.
I was backed in a corner. I was like, you know what you gonna do, bro?
And then yesterday, I'm like...
And you're like... And you're shocked. You're like...
Right. And I'm a curser.
Are you that much of a curser?
No, I'm not as much anymore, but... At one point, I was extremely reckless.
I think you said something to me, and I gave it back to you straight up.
I just, and these are curse words or swear words I was never raised with, but when I would say I was raised with it, I guess, because I was.
No, you weren't.
I wasn't raised with it. I was 18 when I came back to the United States, so I was still young, impressionable mind, and I was soaking in a lot of those stuff. So before you know it, you start using those words, you know, especially when you're frustrated, you because it makes you feel easy temporarily. So you just like, fuck you,
I feel too.
Yeah.
And you too.
Yeah. It's very important to pay attention to those things. Let me see here. Sam is a happy anniversary. My wife and I just celebrated our 5. Congratulations to you, man.
Congratulations.
Wish you both many more to come and long life.
Thank
Congratulations
you.
to you, brother. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
That's great.
Yeah.
Marriage is
It's a journey, just like life. You know, it's marriage is not marriage's fault. It's your fault. It's just like life. If it has to be somebody else's fault, it's you. It's not marriage. You can't blame marriage. It's just like you have to go through life. There's going to be hiccups. You have to face it and solve it, and then learn something from that experience. The same thing with marriage. The only difference is that you're doing with somebody else.
I think think, we know better now. I think what we didn't get from our parents is, what to expect from marriage. We really didn't have any lessons.
They never sat us down.
They never sat us down.
I was about to say something. I was like, let me be respectful because this is going out. I was going to say
nothing about marriage.
Okay, let me say them ninjas. They never. Nothing.
That's the same word. They didn't.
Them ninjas never sat us down to.
Nothing.
But I'll tell you what. They gave the best teacher, which is examples. Sometimes that's negative. Sometimes, but it's the life they live is what we learn.
That's what we follow.
But in terms of sitting down and having a word or two, they never did. I don't think it will have as much effect anyway. If they are still living the lifestyle, they live either positive or negative. That's what you will learn from the most anyway. Yeah.
Because when I was also growing up, I think the reason why I like when we have conversation with the kids, like we're talking to them about anything. I love it so much because I didn't have that growing up.
You didn't have that. You
the
missed
adults
that.
were in one side and the children were just
I remember the conversation when I was 18 years old, coming back to the United States after the 15 years of growing up in Nigeria. I remember that conversation. That's the only conversation I remember. Rot your humanity once you.
Oh, I hate that. I really do.
Rot your humanity once you.
You're going.
Let me tell you what was going on through my head. I remember I've heard that in a Alawiye book somewhere.
Oh,
in
really?
the Yoruba book. I've seen that. But that type of serious conversation, they've never had it with me before. Never. They send me to school and do what I have to do.
So people understand what you're saying.
Rot your humanity once you. Thank you, babe. Remember the child of whom you are.
Yeah.
Right?
Our parents.
Because I was coming here by myself as a young, fresh. I just became adult like 3 months ago. And I had to be here by myself. So they were saying those things, but I was so disconnected from the reality of what that actually looks like. If you were around your humanity, my interpretation of that is like, before uncle, tell me uncle. It's like, what else would I do? I remember who I am, but I'm like, I guess it's deep. I was like, reality kicks in. They're telling you real life stuff, but I was so disconnected from what that.
Don't bring any shame to us, Always remember how we raised.
I guess where I was going was so far from them.
They're like, we have no control
because they actually almost changed their mind. Like my father at one point said, "Well, I don't think we can throw a child away." Like I don't think because we're having issues with accommodation and nobody was speaking of. Ola, I don't think because I was like,
I commend them because I don't know if I can do it. To be honest with you.
Yeah, because Tommy is about to be 18 around the corner.
Oh my God, I don't think I can do it. I really don't think I can do it.
Yeah, in Nigerian households for marriage instruction, it was more so about how you caught or not what you were taught. What you caught, and yes. That's true. Yeah, that's our experience basically,
Yep.
So I will talk a little bit more. I will do some more research, talk a little bit more about the depression stuff. I'll give some more elaborate structured answers on Lola and Ola.com. So make sure you're subscribed over there and make sure you're looking out for that video because that is a real thing for a lot of people. Some people are not diagnosed and what they have is exactly still the clinical stuff too, and they don't see it coming. So I'll shed some light on that. Let's go on to the next one. I'll be right back. All right, next question for you, my love. My husband doesn't love me anymore. Is it possible to rekindle love in a marriage if my husband admits to not loving me anymore?
Is it possible to well, first of all, I think nothing is impossible, right?
Especially with God, right?
With God, yes.
All things are
possible. But that doesn't mean we're saying
all
run to the
things
pastor
are
and start manipulating your husband with your pastor because I hate that so much.
Speaking of, I got into a small argument today about what God is, if he's a person or not.
Oh Lord.
But let's continue. Continue what you're saying, babe. I
believe that anything can be rekindled, right? I believe that marriage can be rekindled because it happened for us.
Right.
So it can happen for anybody.
Yep, that's the 5 years anniversary part that we're talking
That
about.
But how is that gonna happen?
Yeah.
Is by not, hunting this person down and forcing yourself on that person.
Mm-hmm.
If they need space, you give them space.
Yeah.
Why? Because you're also respecting yourself, right?
Yeah.
And we just don't like people that don't have respect for themselves.
All of us.
We are disgusted when
We
you
can't
have
respect
no
anybody
for
who doesn't
yourself.
have self-respect. That's the way we're set up.
You, first of all, need to back off. And you have to do things differently.
Right.
Because sometimes when we want someone and they don't want us,
You're trying to please them. You get obsessed with pleasing them.
And then the more obsessed you are, the more crazy you look to the other person. They're like, oh my God. Like, no, now I don't want you.
Wait, I thought all they need is just to please them and then they will be happy.
No. And I consider myself a people pleaser, actually.
You think?
Oh my God.
Wait, I don't feel
everything. Because you know me too much.
Outside of when you want this thing, I don't think you
don't think I'm a people pleaser?
No.
When you see me with other people,
no, I think you are.
Do you think it's easy for me?
I think
to
I just happen
I
to be your best friend. That's why I collect more shaggy from you. That's why. But I think you are. I have to check you oftentimes. I have to check you like. Nah. I was still talking to one of my friends today about that. Like, people don't. If you don't show them that you won't tolerate nonsense, they will
walk all over you.
They walk all over
like you
you.
have to put your feet down.
Yeah.
And
I think a lot of us are
sometimes.
people pleaser to a large extent. Some people are selfish. They're not people pleaser. They are just selfish. Those people should never talk about self-love in their life, ever.
They are self-centered. They don't need any more self-love.
They're very few, but they exist. Some
Right.
people should never talk about self-love. I'll let you know when I find them. I can show you an example, right? But a lot of us are people pleaser because we were taught Hollywood is when you please them, you get down on bended knees, flower, they will suddenly love you.
Even through your parents, sometimes if you want attention from your parents,
Yeah.
or you feel like if you have a parent that criticizes a child
Right.
way too often, that child
If you
will
have a
become
parent
a
who
people pleaser because
Right.
all they want to do is just please you to just
Yeah.
get your,
Right.
that affirmation that, oh, you love me, yes, you're
Right.
a good kid.
That's why you want to teach them how to have their own agency and be able to make their own decision, even outside
Right.
of your instruction, to be able to look at beyond just black and white. This is what
Right.
mommy wants. You want them to actually decide off of limited information, make a
Right.
decision. You want to teach them
Right.
how to do that. Yeah.
Right.
So a lot of people raise their kids to just scold. So people end up becoming people pleaser.
pleasers.
They think as long as it's not always true. You got to dig it a little deeper anyway than just people please, because your idea of pleasing them is probably not really what they want. It's not that you shouldn't cater to what is it that they want if you want something from them, but you want to make sure that people pleaser don't wait to identify exactly what they want. It's their own idea of what they want.
I mean, you don't want to be a doormat, basically. Like, if you find yourself in that situation, you need to stop instantly because it's not going to work. So, this person, first of all, I would say stop whatever you're doing.
Right.
Like, stop the bleeding.
Just stop the bleeding. There's a whole chapter in the book on stopping the bleeding. Yeah.
Stop.
This is the
And-
first chapter. Stop the bleeding.
Yeah, stop,
Yeah.
back off.
Back off. Take
Sometimes you have to reflect. You have to take time off and think and just go get busy. Don't be worried about that. What will be, will be. Doesn't mean that you should give up, but you have to give it time.
Yeah.
Because another thing is a lot of people are so obsessed with fixing in the moment. Fix.
Right.
No.
It's still it's slightly part of the people pleaser thing.
Right.
But also it's also manipulation. It's like just brush it under the rug
Borderline, yeah.
and keep it moving, right?
Right.
So yeah.
I would say don't lose hope, okay? But there's work to be done. That's all.
So the main question, is it possible? We already answered a yes, it's possible. It's going to take a little bit more than just as possible, obviously. And when somebody says they're no longer in love with you, in love is a feeling. That's just now. Just calm down. Just because they're no longer in love with you doesn't mean they will not end up reversing it.
Right.
Okay? And I promise you, heaven will not fall out of the skies just
Even
because
though it
somebody.
feels like it in the moment.
It feels
your
like
world is crashing.
yes. It feels like
So I can
heaven is
imagine.
going to crash out of this sky when a person who used to be in love comes to you and tell you that they're no longer in love. It will feel that way. It will, and you won't be able to tell yourself like, don't feel that way. It's going to be easier said than
It's
done.
gonna hurt.
It's going to be very hard. But I want you to be aware that that's just how they feel right now. Don't use that to make any decisions as you move forward, right? Especially if they feel the need to say that out. If it's a man, you probably were nagging him when he's trying to figure things out. Yes, he might have a side chick somewhere. He might be getting his boots knocked off somewhere.
A side hand.
Right? Some kind of need is being taken care of in other ways.
Right.
It doesn't have to be side chick, by the way. Just like it doesn't have to be that somebody's blowing your back, your wife's back out.
It's not always that. Oh my
At
God.
the girls trip, right?
Jesus.
It doesn't have to be the worst case scenario. Okay, if you're thinking worst case scenario, that's your personal problem. Just so you know, you need to work on that. But if that's the case, just understand that somebody falling out of love with you, this is just happened to be one of the few times they utter it out in words. It actually is a reality for all of us. People will fall in and out.
Fall in and out. That is real.
Right?
In the marriage, yes.
So that's actually the reality for
That's
all
real.
of us. So if
Yeah.
you know this, you should calm down and say, okay, he's not in love with me right now. And you cannot pretend like this is a surprise. There's obviously some issues that you guys have been going through, right? Those issues are really what you should be worried about, right? Whatever reason why he thinks he's no longer in love, he might think he's too young, whatever reason, those are the things you should engage. And those other things are the things that will tell us the reality of the case, not just somebody is in love or not. In love experience is infatuation, it's just how you feel in this moment. If you do it long enough, you will be in love at a constant. Over time, that's become second nature. But especially if you're in this space, that's not something you need to engage too much. That your husband is no longer in love, it's a big deal. You should worry, but you should also understand that this heavens is not going to fall out of the skies, and understand that it's a temporary thing. It doesn't have to be permanent. Is really what I'm trying to say. It can become permanent,
it can,
but it doesn't have to be permanent. You know. So the answer is yes, it's possible, but it's impossible if you think it's permanent. It's possible if you are shaking, if you're moving from a place of fear, right? If you're operating like, oh, I don't want, then you will attract what you fear the most.
Out. Yeah, that's true.
So, but before we end that, Kati says, is there a logic behind chasing people who don't want us? No, that's why.
Opposite attract.
Yeah, that's why it's emotions. It's not logic. It's logic. It's part of logic, but as long as you bring emotions into that logic, yes, there is a logic behind it, right? But it's the emotional aspect of logic, right? On paper, no, you're right. Doesn't make sense. Why are you chasing somebody who doesn't want us, right? Or by the time, because I've done that before too. She doesn't want me. I don't want her either. That's still emotions.
Yeah.
It's still emotions,
You're
right?
feeling good.
So, because why do I feel the need to say it that way, right? Why
You
am I?
You ain't all that anyway.
Yeah.
It's butt hot.
Why am I not indifferent? Right?
Right.
The fact that I'm not indifferent about the fact that somebody doesn't want me is the main issue, right? If somebody doesn't want me, I might still pursue them, by the way, if I'm interested, okay? Because it's not relevant that they don't want me. They might not even notice me yet. Maybe in the
Some
environment.
guys are like that. They're relentless.
I'm like that. I don't care if you don't want me yet. If it's completely brand new, like you don't really know me like that, and I want you. That's all that matters in that point in time. But if we already know each other and you don't want me, oh yeah, bro, yeah, I don't want you either. Because it's not. Been there, done that. It hurts if I really love my wife, you know. If I have children with them and the house is breaking apart, I'm not gonna front. That hurts, right?
It hurts too.
That's a whole household of my children that's breaking
And
apart.
for men, it's really, really like it's like everyone came down.
Yes.
And collapsed. I remember
they don't see it coming.
I had a client.
That's because they don't see it coming.
Yes, I had a client 2 days ago, and you know, he was looking really shabby, to be honest.
That's why it came to.
It's like 40. He told me he's 43. I was like, eh? He looked like he was 60.
Is it what?
Yes.
Maybe 43-year-old white woman. People look like 63. What are you talking?
By the time I finished cleaning up his hair, and we were having conversation, it was like, you know, I don't care what I look like because, you know, I'm married anyway. And I looked at him like, if that woman leaves this man, what do you think is going to happen?
Yeah, because the reason why he's saying that because he doesn't believe it's necessary. He's going to be shocked.
Heaven is going to crash. Yeah. He's going to make sure that...
He shock you.
I was like, don't say that. You should always look good for yourself.
It
doesn't matter if you're married. Yeah. You still have
because how you dress is how you're going to be addressed anyway across the board. So yeah,
and when you look good, you feel good.
Yeah, that's part of complacency that we're talking about.
I was like, wait,
people just
what?
settle in and they just like, life is here. Here's my stomach up in the air, a little good on the side, you know. Yeah, it gets real for a lot of people, but they won't know. Sometimes coconut head is nobody's mate. They won't hear until they actually start experiencing it. You know, it might be. In fact, even at the point, a lot of people will start. The wife doesn't want to be intimate. She can't exactly
for reasons obvious.
Yeah, but
my God.
But the bigger problem is that she can't put it into words. She doesn't know why she doesn't want what she doesn't want. She can't put it into exact words like that, right? And then he's like, but what's the issue? It's supposed to be, but you give me just my right. Your right? Okay.
You know when you do what you do right now, you remind me of my manager all the time.
Your manager?
Oh, she literally does that when she's shocked.
You're right.
He shock you.
No, it will shock you.
Oh my God.
Yeah. When it comes to even the courts, they treat it exactly that way. It's all a privilege, okay? It's at the discretion of the courts, the judges. If you move mad because of you think you have rights, you now collect even more.
Sorry.
But we were talking about that earlier. But anyway, that's that. So is it possible? Yes, it is. Again, on lola.com, I will do some more work on that. I just wanted to get your question. You see, I can't help it. But let's move on to the next one. What time is it?
We got more.
Oh. All right, welcome back. My wife never initiates intimacy. What are some ways I can support my wife in feeling more comfortable and confident about initiating intimacy? You can help us with this now.
I can.
No, you know, be wife. You're a wife now. How would you like to? How could I make you feel more comfortable and confident about initiating intimacy? Yeah.
You know what? Sometimes when you're talking about intimacy, it can be very, very awkward, especially when someone is not getting any, and they're coming to you with this conversation. It can be really, you're like, oh my God.
Huh.
What the?
Hey! I hear me, take me, back me.
I just feel like, you know, if a man is, what do you use for the...
blue balls. If he has blue balls.
When he has blue balls, it's very hard for him to be well-centered when addressing this issue. The way it's going to come off is going to be maybe not...
He's going to actually try to communicate.
It's not going to work. That communication fails. That's how... And then the wife is like, what are we talking about? It's very awkward. So I feel like when you want to talk about stuff like this, it has to be done lightly. It can't be, we gotta talk. I'm sorry.
Can we talk?
I'm sorry. Can we talk? It can't be that. It has to be very light mode. It has to be when you're actually having a good time. And you know, babe, you know, when you do this, I love it. Makes me feel special. Makes me feel like...
Man don't suffer.
Like you have me in mind, you know, like conversation.
Good question.
Right.
Let me ask one question for our friends.
My opinion.
For my friends, my brothers.
Your blue ball brothers.
Why did you tell us this in the beginning? Well, we're like, this is what we're committing to. What were you describing just now? You have to tell us. You have to.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
When you say dating your wife, you should know the kind of woman you are dating. Some women are shy. Like, not everybody shows up at the door of their boyfriend with lingerie under their jackets. Not everyone. Like, think about it.
They just come with mismatched lingerie.
I'm telling you.
Not be juju be that.
I didn't say that though. But think about it this way. Our upbringing, okay, shapes us. Like, for example, me growing up, never had any sex education from my parents, nothing, not my mom. You know, it was, even the way you hear about these things is very, very, stay away from boys. Oh, if a boy touch you, you get pregnant.
You get pregnant too.
And then you have to figure things out on your own. And then you come to a country where people are sexually liberated. All they do is talk about, oh my God.
Yeah,
and you're
about the boys,
like,
about all that.
Exactly. Like,
And
look
you're
at the
like,
way this one is
just talking about boys can make you pregnant.
Like
You doing what?
so, it took me a while to find myself. Can you imagine? Very shy. When you said it the first time, oh, baby, I would like you to initiate. I was like, what's wrong
I
with
said
you?
that?
No, you said something to the effect that I don't initiate.
That shit was probably awkward as shit.
I was like, what's wrong with this guy, Seth?
Somebody said, oh yeah, but because I slept with 400 women before my wife, it should be easy. No, it's not the same, nigga. It's not.
What?
It's not.
You doing what?
Exactly.
It's not the same.
Exactly. That's
You're married to this person.
Wait. I really don't believe when people throw these numbers out.
The 400.
One person slept with 400 women.
It's very easy for men to sleep with 400. Well, not men. For some men to sleep with 400 women.
And yet we have some men that are virgins in this world.
That's
30.
why I said some. Yeah. Majority of men don't get any. Sorry.
I don't know.
It is what it
I just
is.
feel
They don't
like
have
people
women sliding
brag a
their
lot.
DMs. Yeah.
Yeah, so for me, I had to be, you know I want to make you feel good. I know, it matters to you. So I started initiating.
Sorry, baby.
I had my own sort of ways of doing it.
Stop the cap.
So not you, me, for what I just said.
Okay.
So not exactly that it's just easy for some. Like, you have to be moving a certain type of way, but it's possible to sleep with 400. But you have to have certain types of lifestyle. To do that.
I mean,
I want to make sure I clear that up, because somebody's going to be in my
Is it
team.
that easy?
Lola, can you help me out to sleep? Can I sleep with 400 women in the next 2 weeks?
I don't know.
Yeah, so
I
it's a
still
certain type
believe
of
it.
lifestyle that can do that. But also in addition to, certain type of men. But most men don't even care for that. They just want a good steady wickles that can, that can take care of this knot
And
from
what
time
is
to time.
steady is, I think, what is steady pickles? Because I think it's different from from one man to the next man.
What's steady
people-
wickles?
Yeah, like
At least
is
once
it-
a week.
Okay. Because some people will say twice a week or 3 times a week.
No,
or as
at
much as
least.
I can get it.
No,
But at least once a
most
week.
men will say once a week. If they're getting twice a week, even married men, that's something to work towards. Some week will be 3, some weeks will be 2, some weeks will be 4, some weeks will be 1. Some weeks is nothing, right? If you that's considered steady by a lot of men. And if a lot of men have that, they are usually, if they're serious men that are also busy, they are happy with that.
They are happy with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so like I said, you want to talk to your wife about initiating? Let it be soft, light mode. You guys are in
Yeah, I don't
happy-
like Isha.
You don't like it. So you just want to
The only reason why I will ask, I can think of right now, because I don't remember what you just said. I don't remember.
Oh, you don't
it.
remember the...
No, I don't really remember it. But there's many things I don't remember.
Wow.
But if the only thing I can think of, also I'm speaking from a place of experience, right?
Right.
If I'm asking her to initiate, it's because I'm not getting any at all. That means when I come to her, I don't really care that you initiate. If I come to you and I get some, I'm okay with that. Right?
Yeah, but even though you were getting some, it still came up. Like, and I'm like,
I think the
I'm
source.
lazy.
I think the source is probably there was a back to back. I'm busy. I
Rejection.
can't think of that right now. And then you align that together with you're doing you're on period or something like that.
Excuse me. When
No. That's not the topic. That's not the topic. Which is the topic?
You
The
gotta
point
give
is
her
that
time.
I'm not the one on period. You're the one, right? We can sympathize. We don't necessarily can relate.
I need a little bit
I have
of
period
empathy
every
here.
day. Think about that.
Which period do you have every
Anyway,
day?
don't change the topic.
How?
I know where you're about to change it to. I
How?
wanted to make sure that we stay on point here. Sorry, baby.
Yeah, but still.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, if a man, see, he was with you that last week when you were doing it, right? Now, somebody's about to ask now, you guys don't cross red lights? Yes, we do. But, like, nah, we don't want to. Anyway.
Let's just say I'm a resting lioness when I'm on my period. Sometimes it's okay to leave me alone.
No, the truth is that we have a freaking household with children and stuff like that, you know. To just cross red lights, it gets messy and all that kind of stuff, you know. You have to prepare
Yeah,
properly
you
for
need
that.
newspapers and stuff like that. I mean, come on, how do people do this?
TMI. Yeah. Somebody said newspaper. Who does that? Anyway.
How do you prepare for that mess?
Yeah.
Lots of blankets.
It's not necessary as far as I'm concerned because I get more than enough when it's not on, right?
Right.
But let's say that week, right? I call it's not necessarily a week, 3 days, 4 days, but let's just call it that week because in my head it feels like a week.
It feels like a week.
Because I leave you room, do your thing, you're a woman.
Oh yeah.
You know,
I think that's what it is. And you're like,
you know, so now
That's all.
where is the week is coming up and I'm horny as shit now, right? And then it's now the next 2 periods. This is much when I was younger, right? The next 2 periods, especially my energy. When you're younger, you know your energy for that too is heightened too.
Yeah.
So and then you're now
high.
telling me stories, and so at that point in time, I'm now looking for all kind of excuses to what is actually going on. What is actually going on is that you're not getting some. It's not that she's not initiating. If you initiate and she say yes all the time, me as a person, I could care less, right? But I understand some men wants to feel wanted. They want to
be
feel
chased.
desired. And the truth for a lot of ladies out there is that there's a lot of men that want to feel desired, right? So and that may be their next angle if there's blue balls. Like, why can't you just initiate sometimes too? So I don't have to worry about chasing you. Come to me when you are ready for it. I'm always ready anyway. Some men might say that, right? So that might be where some of this question is coming from. But I think it's a healthy thing, right? I remember
talk about.
one day like that, long time ago too. Yeah. She just started humping me in the freaking couch. I was in the middle of a deep sleep.
Maybe I was extra. I don't know what happened.
Right? But there's a feeling that comes with that, right?
Yeah.
Every man would like to experience
and
that.
you've not forgotten that. You won't let me be.
Yeah, because I want you to repeat it every week.
I have children.
Why do I want you to repeat it every week? Is the question.
House full of
Is the
children.
question that this person is asking. Like, what is it about your ego as a man that wants to be stimulated by, you know, even though if that happens everywhere, I'll just tell you at some point, like, what? You can help me today. I work in the morning.
Really?
If it's happening every day,
I'm still waiting for that day.
there's nothing that can
You
get
say
old.
that.
Everything gets old.
Wow.
If you get enough of everything gets old.
Wow.
Everything gets old, you know. It's you only say it doesn't get old because you don't have it. And like Markin said when he came here, we only want what we can't have. Every one of us, right? You only want what you can't have. So that's what it comes down to. So if I think what's your overall answer for this anyway?
I already said
one way.
I feel I don't know. It depends on what type of woman are you
Let's
with.
use you. How do I make you? Is that what you were describing earlier? How do I make you confident and comfortable to initiate? What do I do to make you initiate?
You know, it's how you do. We talk about it in a light mood. We don't.
That's it?
Yeah.
That wasn't intentional. If I was talking about something else, I was talking about you something else. It wasn't because I wanted some. You thought that's because why?
I don't know. What
It's
do
never
you know?
why. I don't think about sex outside of when I'm having sex. I mean, let me say that properly. I don't think about how I'm going to initiate when I'm not about to initiate, which is one of our problems.
Me initiating. No,
Yeah, I'm
you.
not thinking about you initiating unless I'm not having some.
Exactly.
Right? If I'm not getting some and there's been a few, I'm tired today, anything, that's the only way.
You can't say I'm tired to a man. It goes left in their head.
Yeah, that's the yeah. I'm trying to think it through, but in the initiating thing, For men who want that, kudos to them. I could care less. Overall, I could care less about you initiating. I think it feels good. I acknowledge it feels good. But I think we only engage that feels good or wanting that desire for that if you're not getting some. If you're getting some, there's no room to be thinking about you should initiate. So I think the real issue is lack of intimacy itself.
Okay.
You should focus on that. Then also encouraging her to feel comfortable and confident to initiate. I think let me just encourage those that are here. It's okay to initiate.
It's okay to initiate, and it's okay to understand that people are shy sometimes.
Right.
Like some people still having sex in the dark.
And you said something earlier. I think it goes back to a lot of people's childhood. They're not open. A lot of African women's sexuality has been put in a jar and thrown away somewhere.
In the poto.
So to be asking them to do that, you have to do the work,
Right.
like the person said already, to make them feel comfortable and confident enough. What I would probably focus on is if that's a real thing for you, and say, like the way I just said, like if I not said it now, but I will say if that happens from time to time, then you can cook it by saying, babe, I love you when you do this.
When you do this for me, oh my God.
But if that has never happened before, you say it one time, say, you ever thought about initiating sex? Right? I'll just make it like a light-headed joke or something like that, like Talera Yoshi. Now food, if you get that kind of answer.
Oh yeah.
Is it food?
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
You have a hop your back in front of you.
Oh my God. Lord will deliver you.
Right. But I will just throw it out there and see what kind of response you get, and then you walk your way from there, right? But I think they have these classes. Sex therapists will have these classes.
Yes.
Sex pass have these therapies. They have these classes. Just buy a ticket and say, babe, we're going on a trip, and just make that part of the package or something like
That's
that.
a good idea.
Yeah.
I want us to explore this together.
Yeah. Then it won't come from you. If it comes from you, this is what it sounds like. If it comes from you, especially if it's more than one. She won't want it to. It just gets worse, She won't want to. It's awkward. It's an extremely awkward conversation. Chinye said, asking is not a problem for me at all,
Yay.
My wife doesn't have a problem.
Vibrator.
My wife will send me a text. Come upstairs. I know what that means. That's all you have to say. Come upstairs. Or she might even say it ahead of time. Are you coming upstairs later? Mm-hmm. My wife don't ask me to come upstairs unless she wants some. She can sleep alone by herself. If you sleep, are you coming up there to sleep? I think there might be one event like that where you like, I don't come to bed to sleep. I was watching TV earlier on in our marriage, but these days you don't give a shit.
You'll be alright, bro.
I'll be alright. So if she said come upstairs, it's so some men will like that. Maybe I'm speaking from that place. Maybe that's why I can't empathize with them too much.
Oh, okay.
They would like a woman to say, come upstairs. That's initiation.
Mm-hmm.
Now the question is that, are you ready?
Ready for what?
Sabi says hello. They almost always say you gotta set the mood throughout the day. Yeah, I call cap on that often time. You said mood, she forgot you said mood. She's knocked out.
What kind of mood did you say?
Now your butt hurts.
Because you said the mood.
Because you were busy watching Pata in the afternoon and it never happened. Listen. Man don't suffer. Hey, man don't suffer. I think that can help. I think it can help. I don't want to discount that all the way.
Flirt. Come on.
I think a lot of flirting is a good one.
I like that.
Yeah, flirting from people to people means different thing. I flirt with my wife all day long, she's not even sure when I want some or not because I'm doing it all day.
Yeah.
I'm smacking butt, I'm pressing butt, I'm touching it. Let me not say it. I'm like,
Behave yourself.
Yeah, and by the way, when she touches me that way, I'm like,
Exactly, I do it back too. How does that feel, sir?
It feels weird. You have to tell me when it's coming. Like, do you tell me when it's coming? Well, I'm different, you know. But yeah, Chiye, so come upstairs. You see, Chiye, don't catch that one now.
Yeah.
They almost always say you gotta set the mood throughout the day. Basically, women are crock pots, men are microwaves, logic. Men are firewood. Abby, we are firewood. We just walking around thinking about sex all day, cooking you up all day. We don't have business. We don't have business. We don't have war. We don't have things to worry about. We're just thinking, just go and be washing pata all day because you want sex at night. Which one do you think is easier? What they are teaching a bunch of people out there is not working. It's not. It's just terrible, a bunch of nonsense, you know. I think it can help if, first of all, love language. Understand what your wife wants. Don't just be casting everywhere and say, hey, if you just wash pata all day, you can. No. Well, I'm saying pata extreme, but I mean like chores and stuff like that, you know. So
I'm going to do chores for no reason and still collect.
She's snoring deep. And you're washing pata all day.
Some of us don't like to be woken up from us.
Oh, by the way, worse. She actually said thank you when you finish washing.
Yes, now.
And you're like, thank you, like, yeah, I'm getting something tonight. And then
wake me up.
A few hours later, I was like, no. I think it comes back to game. You just have to have game. It's moment by moment. You need to 3 step forward, 2 step backward. Flirt. I like flirting. You know, if you're flirting, she feels wanted. She feels like she's still desired. I think that also stimulates women if she feels like she's still desired. But in terms of wanting her to initiate, I think you can cook her up to here and then pull and go and play. She was like, what's all that? Why are you touching me if you know you're not going to come upstairs? She's initiating now, right? Well, she said, well, she's not saying come upstairs yet, right? But if you are flirting a lot, right, and you just leave her hanging small, I think that will work. Actually works.
Right.
I know that for
You're
the
not
fact that it works.
her.
Yeah. You flirt, you touch, and you don't just hump on her every time you finish doing that. You can just do that. You can cuddle also in bed, watching and touching, and she kind of assumes that you probably want some, and you just stand up random willy-nilly and say, I have to go and submit a report downstairs. Now you really have to want to go and submit report downstairs, okay? But point is that back off sometimes when you cook it to that, and she might initiate. She might just
ask for it.
Kanji will catch on, and yes, women do have their own kanji, and she might even be upset like, what was all that? How'd you do all that? And then you just left.
Leave me hanging.
What do you want? You want something? Then speak up, lady. No. Who has time for that? Is it food? But what are you talking about? But the point is that you have to know how to. So a lot of it comes down to you have to get to know your wife.
Exactly.
And know what stimulates her and stuff like that.
How did you
I would
get
say
her?
also learn Art of Seduction very well. All of it, all chapters. Read the full book and understand how it works. And then find the one that resonates with you the most there. And then you will see one that you can relate with, particularly with the personality of your wife. And then with that together with 5 love languages, I think that will do magic. And before you know it, she will start initiating. Because it works. Let me see. But if men got to do all that, we might as well initiate. Thank you. Thank you, my brother. Yeah. Can we just hello, Nia? You know, I think flirting is always better. Flirting, you know, a lot of people try to put sex into words, and that's where the problem comes in. By default, that thing it becomes awkward, and then this awkward conversation. At least one person is finding it awkward, and there's one. Instead of you like. Learn how to kiss next. I'm always kissing her ears. I'm always, you know, sometimes I'll grab her whole face like this. Be careful.
Like a little puppy.
Yeah, she wants me to do that. Be clear on that, okay? Right? So if you find out what she wants, what she likes, and you do more of showing her that she's desired, that is a turn on. Okay, that is a turn on. But if you're
Or
jumping,
maybe, what if the man is a terrible lover?
which one? Like it doesn't last longer.
There may be issues to why your wife.
Which
is
one
not,
till that question comes?
Interested.
Once that question comes,
Like now you
we
get there, you
can't do that.
You can't even stay on for a minute.
Yeah, I left. Did you see Auntie B use Okunrin today? Yeah, I already sent it to her. We're not gonna be using that here.
Oh my god.
It's better for the ladies to use that. This is proper. Yeah. So, yep. At least she's appreciative when she said thank you.
Let the poor
Breathe.
Why are you like this, Chinya? Hug me from the back passionately and kiss my neck. If there's a healthy woman, a healthy situation, that's always. Now don't be a Derek Jackson.
Oh my god.
You've watched so much adult movies,
Unrealistic
and then you
moves.
carry her and pin her against the wall, and you say that's just my love language, bro. Like, come on.
And go and be choking her when she doesn't like to be choked. Please.
No, she has bad experiences attached to that.
Yeah.
She had trauma from that.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
Oh no.
So there's no, like, even my wife, when she touches me, that because she flirts with me too, when she's like, even me, I don't know why, but I'm like, she might say like, why you touching me? Stop, right? I guess because I'm the man. Like, let me do that. Like, stop.
It's like, leave my butt alone.
Let me handle that part,
no,
right?
Let me touch it.
Yeah. So, but if even at that, it's better the whole idea of seduction is to learn that person, bring them value in their eyes. Understand how they like it first. That means patience. That means you understand it's a process. That means if you understand that, and then that means you're also willing to fail too, right? Because how are you gonna learn if you don't fail? Have experience of failure, right? That means you're also willing to fail. If you're busy in those kind of activity, who cares who initiates, man? As long as people are humping from days every day, every other day, like who cares? I think this issue is coming from ultimately, like I said earlier, it's lack of intimacy, which is more of the bigger issue. To me, it doesn't matter when they feel like that question says itself. When they feel confident and comfortable and they feel safe, they will initiate. They might say it in weird. It's normal. It's pretty normal for most people to say it awkward little ways. They have their own little. I have one of our uncles and aunties. She would say Shewani. That's how she initiates.
What does Shewa mean?
That means are you? That's direct Yoruba English. That means available. Are you available? And then you get this unavailable.
Unavailable.
So.
Oh my God. That's true.
Yeah. So it's better to just learn seduction. Don't worry. Who initiates, who doesn't. All this pragmatic, stale, written in stone rules. Communicate about it. Talk about it. They don't want to talk about it. It's already awkward enough.
Yes, sir.
Right. No one is talking about flirting. Right? How did you do it the first time you all did it? Right?
Yeah.
Now I like communicating. Me personally, I prefer communicating during sex.
That makes more sense.
Right? Not before. Right? Before, sure. But if you have a normal human being, they might just be like, what are we talking about here? I just want to sleep.
Oh my God.
Right? Because if you have to tell them,
yeah.
Right? Now, if you're telling a man who has congee already, he's probably just going to hump you anyway. But
oh my God.
I think I really do believe that people should learn seduction.
Yeah,
focus on that.
You.
And that means you take the time to learn that person. You become the Cleopatras. These things are applicable even in war, in nation building. It's applicable at a larger extent than when you understand the mindset behind this thing and understand that every human being cares about something. It becomes a game. A good game for that matter, right? It becomes a game, and then you enjoy the process of it as opposed to Hey, okay, what's the magic work I can say to her? And she will just want to go upstairs and help me, and then she will initiate the next 3 days over. There's no such formula. The formula still is a process. It's time, it's patience, it's skill set, game. You need to know what you're doing, basically. All right. Lola, I love to grab the butt too.
Oh, me and you both. And the fact that you don't like it makes me want to do it more.
I won't say I don't like it. It's a different way to describe my reaction.
Jumpy.
My reaction is like,
you're jumping like, wow.
Stop. I feel like I'm like a little girl. Like, why are you touching my butt like that? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's crazy. But it's a good feeling to be able to have this kind of conversation with her. But it goes back to flirting. I think it goes back to flirting. Yeah. Stop focusing so much on what you want, which is intimacy. What is it that she wants? If she gets what she wants, wait. Is this the part where we're simp? No. This is the part where you're simping. You're trying to save yourself. That's the issue, okay? Focus on what you want her. Okay, good. What does she want, right? In terms of this topic, right? What does she want? Do you even know what that is? So what makes you think you deserve anything, including initiation? Right? You haven't even taken the time to find out what she likes, right? Do more of that. While she's enjoying you doing more of what she wants, right? You can whisper some of the things you like into her ears too. You can take your time to you can do all kind of mix matching and stuff like that and see what works over time. Eventually, everything becomes a pattern. You might even have to worry about disrupting the pattern at some point because
you got to shake it up.
Yeah, shake it up because what you're doing is working for you, but you want some varieties now. You want to kind of shake it up. So I think there's a place for communication in terms of intimacy and sex, but it's not just because you want sex now, right? Which is what a lot of people do. They wait till they are frustrated. Right. So I'm trying to open your clothes in bed, and then you say, I'm tired, and they say, baby, we got to talk. At that point, if you do that, that's fine. But understand you're not getting on tonight, okay?
It's not going to work.
Okay, because you're probably going to say all the wrong things. It's going to get worse and worse and worse. Because there's a reason why. And the reason why she doesn't want to give you some. Because a woman can even get to a place where she wants to give you. She knows she's tired. But she wants to. Still, she wants to do it for you.
She takes care of you.
Right. What about that part, right? But she's like, nah, screw this nigga, man. I just want to go to bed. I can't deal with that. Can we talk? I don't want to talk tonight. It's even that worse.
We'll talk tomorrow.
That bad, So I think a lot of it has to go back to, again, seduction, But if you're looking for something active, like a tangible that you should do, flirting. So what does flirting mean for your wife? Do you know what that is? Because I don't know what that is. Right? And flirting from her, you can go and press your wife's button, she might slap you. I belong for nipple.
Oh my God.
You might just get slapped and you're like, that's so disrespectful. How could you? What's wrong with it? It's just my right. So
that's what it is. You have to read the room. I don't know. Maybe you've never done that before with your wife, or maybe you guys have issues and now you're doing that. And some women, they really think that it's not food.
Yeah, and I think it's more so a mindset.
Yeah,
it's more so a mindset.
Like, food,
Yeah, because if you start arguing with them, they might say, no, it's not. I'm not saying that, but it's really their mindset. They it's not that deep for me. They've concluded and settled in for this is marriage. But that's because she hasn't enjoyed something before. Right. If she's enjoyed something before, she keeps craving for it. She wants it, So, and enjoy something. Well, if she not allow me there, how can she enjoy? Well, that's because you're thinking of sex as the intercourse. What about everything before that, right? What about the kissing neck? What about the
crock pot?
Sometimes you don't have to. I don't have to touch you. I don't have to touch you. I can just lean back across the microwave like this and say, "Oh, fine, be weary. Oh, fine, budget. Oh, fine, budget. How define you? Kilo, they cannot share one share. You
You're dramatic.
start putting a smile on her face a little bit like that. She likes the attention she's getting in that moment. She's gonna want more of it.
Yeah, now don't go and do it the way Allah did it because
That's the problem now, because you need to learn what that person likes. So, because you got them there in the first place, you need to trace your step backwards. How did you get them here in the first place? And then you build from there, then you find more. Okay, you double down on what works, but you have to find out what works first. For that person, and that is a formula. That's not what works for everybody is different. No. What I just said is a principle that works for everyone. Okay. Now, obviously, in application, like everything else in life, there are principles that work, and you need to practice and fail sometimes to find out what works for you. Okay. When people say what works for you, they're saying that in absolute, and they're saying they don't want to listen to nobody else's insights. That's what they're saying. Yeah. Men love to grab nyash.
They sure do.
But don't like when women grab theirs.
Yes, so.
I like you when you grab it, but I will shock first.
Yeah, it'll be like, oh my God.
Yeah. Ultimately, overall, I like it. In that moment, I'm like, sometimes she touches my, like.
But you touch mine too. Oh my God.
When I touch yours, it's normal thing now. Somebody said it's double standard. Tell them,
Exactly.
Men universally don't like it, LOL, but understand she does it out of attraction and playfulness. The playfulness is necessary.
Flirting with your man, let your woman flirt with you.
Yes.
Some men are too, they're too stiff. It's too stiff. Like, relax.
Yeah. Then this question, I would love to know if she's ever initiated before, but she slowed down initiating. If she's ever initiated before, good news. Okay, what I said before will work for you. You just have to trace your step backwards to what has happened over the years. Maybe you guys have become complacent. You've become complacent. Maybe all you want is just intercourse. Obviously, women just don't want intercourse. Some of them, it's even punishment for them to just focus on that. So if you understand that, then you can trace your step back to that, and then trace your step forward. So it's going to take backing off and understanding yourself, because you have to calm yourself. It feels like you're talking your own need away. It's not. All of this is part of your need, right? So you're not talking your need. You're just understanding how life works, how wars are won, how nations are built, how people build influence. That's all you're understanding. People that kick against this are lames. They might have they might have temporary attention, like fresh and fit. They will take it from them. They will shut them. It's a matter of time, because they are lame like that. They will shut them down, right? And they will, guess who they will blame? They will still blame the Matrix for it, right? But the most powerful people in the world understand this concept, right? As a part of my need, I take care of all those people. I make them mine, because now they need me for the rest of their lives, right? But you take care of them, right? It's the same thing. You just bring it down to sort of a micro level. Your wife, you're making sure you're good. It's that, first of all, that's common sense. But when you find yourself in complacency, you lose that, because you're just soaked in on your need, right? And you're like, oh, it's duty and responsibility, it's just my right. No, it was never your right. She will pull the plug, I swear. Yeah, she will pull the plug. And by the way, she doesn't have to go to court to pull it. You just have blue balls for the next 6 months.
And she'll still be there.
Yeah. But she's punishing herself too. Well, if you want to call it that, I guess you could call it that, but not really. She'll rather just be alone than something she doesn't enjoy. It goes back to enjoyment. Does she enjoy you kissing on her neck? Some women don't like their neck to be kissed. But that's usually a spot, something that she likes.
They prefer.
She prefers. Sure. Right? Ladies, you can teach. Like, I like it when you kiss me here. Now, if you're awkward when we talk about sex, you might not be. You can't bring yourself to like, you will now think you can take advantage of me. You will now think you can use that on me all the time. Well, that's part of the issues. Actually, you should be seducing too, ladies. We talked about that a few days ago. You should be seducing. Why are you worried about you take advantage of me? You should be the one taking advantage of the firewood, right? So that's that. Let me see. Any other questions? I think we're good for the day. We did another one. Thank you to everybody who came to celebrate with us today.
Thank you,
do
guys.
Another session. We appreciate you. We will continue the regular Men of Prestige on. I think we'll continue on Tuesday. Yeah, we'll continue on Tuesday. I definitely want to talk about the little Sarah Martin's drama. I want to talk about that. The one that's crying, that she didn't know why people are attacking her, even though she was busy dragging people. But I want to talk about that. I still want to talk about Fresh and Fit a little bit, you know. There's a lot of people moving mad in their rhetorics about this. Some other things I want to talk about, so I'll bring you back. So just again, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you turn on your notification. If you already subscribed and you notice you're not getting notifications, you might want to unsubscribe and subscribe again, and then turn on all the notifications. Okay. Make sure you're always hitting the like button. Okay. Those are signals to say I want to get this person's notification when they come on. And as far as the WhatsApp is concerned, it's scrolling on the link. That's about all I can do for now. But I promise we'll keep coming back. We're writing a book, a brand new book. The #1 red flag. Tentative release date is November 3rd, my birthday. But we'll keep you guys updated on that. Okay. You will see us start promoting that very, very soon. If you want to get on the waiting list for that, just go to loveandprestige.com. Right there, loveandprestige.com. You can get this book and then you get on the waiting list for that other book as well. But it's going to be a book for people who are dating, who are in the dating, looking for life partners. But guess what? It's also for married people.
That's good.
So there's going to be a lot of stories in it that if you're wondering how come she doesn't initiate, you might be able to learn one or two things about why she's not initiating. Wait, red flag, what does that have to do with nothing? Well, we also teach you how to see the green flags, you know. So, is it time to move forward, 3 step backwards, all those kind of stuff. Those are the kind of things you need to learn. And what you see a lot out there is a lot of knowledge, but no application, scenarios, you know. So that's how
cases.
that's how we want to make our book different. It's not just preaching at you, we're giving you a real life story and then we interpret it. We did the same thing with our book. Just our book, it just happens to be our story, our marriage story, not what do you call that thing? Memoir. It's not a memoir.
No, it's not.
Just marriage.
It's
Yeah.
not.
So, but this one is going to be tons of other people's stories, but particularly with red flags, and the struggle with the dating cesspool that people have out there right now. It's a struggle. We see it all the time. We see all this story all the time. Last is the same thing. Same issues. Back in those days when you were in Ife, you were not ghosting people, where they won't see you anymore. All of a sudden, they will now be hunting you down into your, what was it, Moremi hostel? Moremi house?
Mo's, baby. Mo's.
It's Mo's? Oh,
yeah.
I'm sorry, it's Mo's. And Auntie B is sorry talking. When she watches it, she'll be like, oh, Moremi Ife.
Oh,
she's Ife. Right? So back in those days, did you ghost people?
I just disappeared.
Oh, she didn't ghost. She disappeared. It's only Unai that is suffer from ghost.
Like if someone, it's easy. Someone comes to your room and they're asking of you, just tell your roommate I'm not around.
I'm not here.
The other door.
Like I'm out.
Yeah, you have to, because when you have too many people chasing you, you have to ghost some people.
So, do you think some people carry some of those trauma into the future?
What?
Eventually, there's social media. Eventually, people are getting ghosted on social media. People get blocked everywhere. They get blocked everywhere.
Okay, so I struggle with that sometimes.
Which one?
So I meet people sometimes, and you meet people at events, you have good conversations, and they want your number, and you give them your number, and all of a sudden they are chasing you on the phone. I might not pick up.
You might have to ghost somebody.
I have done
So,
it. I can't even lie. Like,
if somebody ghosts
and they get pissed off, like, you don't pick up your phone. I'm like, well, I'm busy in between my kids, my husband, my job. Like, hello.
Even friends, you're talking about even girlfriends.
I'm talking about friends.
People that
right
want to
now,
we should
get
link
really
up,
mad.
but then they get mad.
You can text me. But to sit down,
But they just want to call.
Talking.
Some of them want to FaceTime you.
Who does that?
Back in here.
Oh, I'm sorry. Who does that? Why are you FaceTiming me? Like, that's too much. Like, I'm way too busy. Text me, we catch up. Okay, let's hook up. Easy. But to chase me down with phone calls.
Yeah. A lot of people don't. So imagine those people in dating. They don't. It's the same things. It's the same principles. But sometimes we have to connect the principles to the actual two people meet and date. That's what the number one red flag is about. You know, when two people meet, right? You see all kind of traits, all kind of behavior. You see things you like, you think you don't like, and all that kind of stuff. More importantly, you yourself, you are interpreting what you're seeing as a certain type of way because of the experiences you've had, right? So the intricacies of all of that is what the number one red flag is about. And being able to see all those stories and then we put them into words, into 225 pages words, you're able to say, oh, then you're able to make up your own, I guess you can call it rules.
I call it guidelines.
Guide for you.
Because me, I don't believe in rules.
Remy, you ghost me or yo? Because I probably was on the fence already. Right? I probably was just giving you a chance. Right? Maybe not. Maybe I'm capping. But I would not be chasing after you if you ghost me. I would not be worried. I don't really know you like that. I'm gonna assume two types of best case scenario. The two types of best case. Number one, you got hit by a bus yesterday.
Oh my God. That's crazy.
That's actually the worst case scenario. Sorry.
That's tragic.
Okay. Well, the point is that, or something happened, family emergency. I'm gonna assume that.
You're gonna assume. I mean, and you actually give.
I'd say that all the time.
Benefit of the doubt.
I'm not assuming nothing. I'm not. If I have to assume, I'm gonna assume best case scenario. But the last thing I'm gonna assume that this is about me. I'm too full of it. I'm full of shit.
You're conceited.
I'm full of myself. I'm conceited. There's no way in my brain that you will ghost me because of me. It has to be something else. Right? So it's the Nigerian in me. Well, I know a lot of Nigerian lame dudes. They're all over the place on the internet now. Okay.
And to be honest, I'm so surprised by that because when I was growing up in Nigeria,
you like Naija boys. Naija no they carry last. You watch it, Tani. Me crying.
They're relentless.
Crying over a girl.
They will want you then. I love you. You don't know me.
It's not their fault. Who burning me?
They don't like.
They don't show them shege. They don't show my brother shege. So it's trauma. It's trauma. It's trauma. Yeah. So Naija they carry last. It's true, but I don't know about this. Those breeds of people out here right now.
New breeds.
Yeah, you know. So
the Indomie generation, like you call them.
I think it's the internet. The internet is making us all soft. So
I think so.
But it's the same principles. But the internet blows things out of proportion. So it makes you think that it's bigger than it is. So if you watch this person's story, they got ghosted yesterday because she dumped you to go and eat dunk in Dubai.
Ew, gross. Jesus.
I know. I'm like, why are we having a conversation of girls who goes to Dubai to eat dunk? I thought we were talking about you. And what kind of girls are you attracting? Like, what are we talking about here, right? So yeah. They go to the worst case scenario. Is my point.
My God.
You know, as opposed to that wasn't about me. What's next? Some will, some won't. So what? Next, it's SW. Why won't they? It's not because of you. People have things going on in life. It's not just because that they ghost you all the time. Right?
There are many fishes in the ocean. Let me just tell you guys that, please.
In one breath, they will say there are 4 women to every 1 man.
Yeah.
In the other breath, they will say, well, it's all modern women. Yeah, you're right. It's all modern women. You're going to have to learn what you have to learn. Game. The cards you're dealt. What are you going to do with it? Right? That's what you're going to have to learn. And then you have this one other extra options if you don't want to learn it. You just leave them alone. You live in the cave by yourself, buy a dog, a cat, and die alone.
Oh my God, that sounds horrible.
That's fine though. That's actually fine to be alone. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, what is wrong is you are missing out on life because you are complaining about everything else outside of what you can control. The only thing we should always do is focus on what we can control, and that's a lot already that we can control. You control what you know.
I can say that the internet definitely created a whole lot of awkwardness in people, because almost since the internet came, things changed. Like, I see women actually chasing men more than men chasing women.
What do you mean?
Like, you know, when I came to America, you just said, all those girls are like, you're so cute. But those were the things I used to hear when I was in
You see women
Lagos.
chasing men? Is that what she says?
That's what I'm saying, precisely. Like,
The men are like, where they at? Where they at?
What? And this men, they're just like standing there looking awkward and stuff.
Oh, you talking about back then?
It's weird.
You talking about back then?
I'm talking about now.
Women are chasing men now?
Yes.
You need to give me more context on that.
Women are more assertive.
Oh.
They call it modern women. Well, if you're not chasing.
Oh, like, do they?
Now
Are women going after what they want?
That's what it is.
Are you sure you're not talking about Stella?
Stella.
Stella got her groove back. Of course, that one will chase after what she wants.
No, baby.
Okay.
No.
You talk
Women
about?
are more assertive these days.
No, they are more assertive, but I don't know what
they go for what they want.
They go for what they want.
They
Okay.
don't just go there and
Do you think
shit.
men don't go for what they want now?
These days, I see more awkward men than I see. I think that men are more scared these days, because I feel like it has to do with the concert, how you talk to a woman.
Well,
Chivalry
men's
is dead.
don't want men's and
so they
them.
don't want any trouble. They're like, oh, if I say this, a woman will say, oh, why are you saying this to me? Do you want to sleep with me?
Well, men's and them don't want 304s or potential 304. Or potential 304s.
What do men want at this point in time?
They want traditional women who can cook.
Where they gonna find that from?
They want traditional women who can cook and stay home and let them cheat in peace too. What happened? It shocked you?
That's not gonna work.
Nothing. What happened? I missed my sister sat on the phone for. Oh, it's okay.
Oh my
It's
God.
replays.
Natu,
Yeah, it's replays.
how you doing?
Yeah. So, any last words for today? You're gonna leave us for another month or so?
Yes, you know me. I like my free time.
Yeah.
Any last words? Please let us all take care of ourselves, man. Life is too short. I see people passing all the time, and it's so sad. Young people, to be precise. Yeah. Let's take care of ourselves, health-wise, mental.
Mental health.
That's real. Like yesterday, someone passed, and that person actually bite themselves in the head. Young, 26 years old, very young.
A lot of people are struggling.
Please. And let's check on one another, Sometimes the strongest people,
They need you the most.
they're the ones that need us the most.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Sometimes the strong, they seem like they have all the answers. They seem like, but they actually need you. And just checking on them doesn't mean you pick up the phone and try to FaceTime them by force. So
just text.
just text message. Hope you're doing well. Just checking in.
Right.
You can even after this call, you can do that to 10 people tonight. Just Saturday evening vibes.
And one last thing for the, the honest shooters. If you have nothing kind to say, please shut up.
Just shut up.
The world is going through a lot.
No, but we gotta tell the truth.
No. We don't need you right now.
First of all, that's not truth. You're a liar. You just want to satisfy your own need of wanting to talk, okay?
Why the fuck you lying? Why you all...
You don't have the truth. You can't monopolize the truth. What are you talking about? You can tell the truth, but if they're not receiving it, it's probably because it's not landing.
And
it's
okay.
not landing.
It's okay. It takes some people some time. Let them learn. They will come back. It's okay.
Or another way to tell your truth: start a YouTube channel and start telling your truth today.
That's right.
You at very least, you will have your own little echo chamber. People that agree with you all the time. They follow what you have to say.
Yes, so.
But somebody's gonna come in the comment and call you out on the bullets too, right? I said bullets.
All in all, stay blessed.
All in all, yes. Yeah. Anyway, we thank God. Men and women, we want each other. That's the bottom line. We do.
Men or women?
Men and women.
Oh.
We want each other.
Men and men, uncle.
Yeah.
Woman and woman.
And the reason why we're obsessed, somebody was saying earlier, marriage is obsolete. Like, if you have to say that out loud, you're a liar. You don't want it to be obsolete, okay? But clearly, people need to learn, okay? People need to take their time to learn this stuff. If you go to school for 7, 8, 5, 10 years, to learn the principles that make any career out there worthwhile and go after it and create a career out of it, please don't expect any less out of marriage, okay? It's going to take you 7, 8, 9, 10 years to get into a stable place where you can say, I've learned something, you know. Even if you end up in arguments, disagreement, every now and then, whatever you might want to call it, a dispute, right? It's not coming from, you're not shocked.
It's normal to have disagreements. No?
Yeah, you're not like shocked and then you start pulling down the roof of the house and saying, everybody might collect Lenny. You're not doing that because you've been there, done that, and there's a good chance you might know what to do. A better chance that you know what to do you'll be willing to de-escalate more things. You have a lot at stake too, right? But before 7 years, just leave room that there's something that you might want to learn. You can't oversimplify it to it's women's fault or it's man's fault. Maybe it's because of the court. It's because of child support. No, if you do stuff like that, you're going to collect more. It's going to get worse for you. There's a lot of emotional layers to what creates the family structure. This is why the judges, this is why they don't want a part of it. You pay the court fees, they will collect your court fees, and they will suggest to you that you want to talk to a therapist because you're acting mad. And if you don't listen to them, they will use your conduct to take your children away from you and give it to the other person. Yeah. And then you have to pay child support. And you be like, well, it's not fair, it's not fair. Well, it has never been fair.
Sorry.
All is fair in love and war.
In love and war.
So.
It has never been fair, it has always been fair. It's always been that way, right? So it's all about how you move. It's about how you know. So does that mean I will have the answer? No, that's the point. That's part of the game. You won't always have the answers, right? But the fact that you're humble enough to say, I don't always have the answer, that's game, right? Other people will see you, they might see you as somewhat of somebody they need to take care of. Why? Because they have a need to contribute. They see you as you're helpful. I love being around you, overall, right? But when you're living with another person or you're doing any kind of collaborative effort with a person, inevitably there will be friction sometimes. That's what comes with it.
I mean, we give our siblings grace, so
yeah,
I think we should give ourselves grace a lot more times.
Give your partner the same level of grace you will give your sibling.
After all, you even have kids with this person.
Yeah. Sometimes you even see that your sibling is performing bad behavior.
And you let them get away with it.
Is he only him? Please don't kill him for us. That's what you'll be saying. Right? But if it's your spouse, meaning the actual blood, meaning you have been mixing blood with this person, meaning you've created children, suddenly he's narcissistic. He will never change.
Maybe you and this eye, I bet.
Sometimes that's true,
but
oftentimes I find that that's cap. You need to lean in a little bit more. The solution is not always that the marriage must continue. Sometimes the marriage needs to end. But if you have children with that person, you're not running from your
own shadow,
your responsibilities of shadow. You guys just a shadow. Your responsibility of negotiating, creating something with that person so you guys can coexist because you have children with that person. Same thing that you're running away, you're gonna have to deal with it,
you have to deal with it at some point.
So the skills that we're trying to push out here, it's not particularly that marriage must survive. It's just that it increases the chances that marriage will survive. It's for you, so you can have a good life, so you can have an awesome life, so you can like after we finish tonight, you can actually sleep like a baby tonight, But I think they should watch that. They should all watch that. Go and find that 50 Cent interview and watch it.
You have to watch that.
Yeah, because some of these people that you guys look down on, they figure something out that really works for them, and a lot of it is letting go.
Let go, let God.
That's one of the most difficult things for human beings to do for a reason.
Yeah.
You have to let go. So a lot of the answers we gave earlier, a lot of it goes back to there. Let go. Either we're talking seduction, let go. Your girl wants to go on a girl trip. I know that hurts, especially if you're watching videos of people telling you they're going to blow her backs out.
Oh my God. Yeah, she can actually. She doesn't.
That's
have
supposed to be the thing today.
She doesn't even have to go on a girl's trip to get her back blown. Alive.
She can do it at work in the break room.
She can even go to grocery and just get her back blown.
Voila.
Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Come on.
So just keep that at the back of your mind. Yeah. So that's all. Any other last words? Did you give last word?
I did.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's call it a day. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Hopefully you've been enlightened and educated. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Me love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.